Yeah. Priesthood. Priest. Royal priesthood. Yeah. Royal priesthood.
In 86, the devil raised the bar, but I'm a hurdler. And I'm the good thief. I sneak in your toxic house, the burglar. The musical Merkaba came to set free the Lucifer worshippers. Like James Bond 007, the soul of an old legend. Negative energy murderer. Good or evil, angel or demon interpreter. Kings with frankincense and myrrh. And perfumes anoint me soon as my birth occur. Like Ben-Hur, I'm indigenous to Gilgamesh. With brilliantness became the builders of the pyramids. Now we lost in American North wilderness. I became the force, a poor man's ventriloquist. On the island far away from home like Gilligan. Took us from our villages till we find our way back through resilience and our diligence. Through rags and wave caps, black fists look militant. In college remembrance, while living ignorance. Driving kids with innocence, dreams fly limitless. Straight towards the nebula, with cannon or the terror. Black boys face, we all in this together. I chase demons in my cape, my sword and my scepter. His brother Glow the Great, the lord of this era. Royal priesthood, gold plates and treasures. Anubis, my heart, weigh your heart against the feather. Carted Satan out your soul, lifting him out, he's on a stretcher. With my divine helicopter, with shocking propellers, outlines made of copper. The fortune teller, my dragon glows green like matcha. New York regalia, like Robin Walker is the prophet Walter. From the days of Iron Sheik versus Sergeant Slaughter. Blue around my garment borders. Fringes, execute vengeance. Mathematics, Qurans and Taurus. Rock the head of Horus. Rocks in the watch is gorgeous. Behind my will, it fell into the wheel. Metamorphing. Start spinning clockwise and counterclockwise. On the outside, my car became a flying saucer. Straight through the orbit.
Masquerade killer, Michael hijacked the sun, matinee thriller. Zombie apocalypse is center for disease, says my tracks are way iller. Isodrenochrome cubes keep they cabernet chiller. And thought this thought, they don't want you to think. Knowledge is power, shocking flowers make my aura look pink. To know the ledge, godly hour, push your thoughts to the brink. You can't even close your eyes, become a corpse if you blink. Where the oracle sink, I was born in the Sphinx. Copper DNA necklace with historical links. Hiding poison in the food, in the water you drink. Cause they raised done and they just biding their time. Throw food the lost tube coming down on my mind. Stab you with a light ray cause you was dying to shine. Then I disappeared like a truth post in your IG. Holy Spirit dripping like a ghost in your IV. Can't deport them all, we was already here. So get in tune with the voices in the water right here. You don't see the embryo in the form of your ear. Invisible man, I made myself awfully clear. Royal priesthood, astrologies is Lord of the Spears. Throwing platinum plates, you thought the flying saucers appeared. Yeah, they scared to wear their own face in the street. Deep elixirs, beast addicted to the taste of the sheep. On Harry Potter's wheel, the god knew arrange my physique. Kai, Elohim, hemoglobin, the Arabian chic. 7 circles like the planets in the days of the week. Supreme math, solar facts in the language I speak. You brainwashed if you watching the news. Never make the wrong step when the law's in my shoes. The dream weaver make it seem there's no option to choose. Corona dope fiends, they be trying to nod. They in line to get shot, that's a fireman squad. Pharmaceuticals, shoot to kill line with the gods. I cried for the angel babies that have died in the fog. Caught up in the crossfire like a panther in the Clare rally. Zodiac, they need these answers in my hands badly. Like palm readers, break dancers in the sand valley. I moonwalked on chemtrails in the sky. On the path to ancient Kemet, weigh the scales in my eyes. The sun and moon temple sitting on the side of my head. A million years I still remember every line that I said. Hermes Trismegistus, serve me the statistics. 99 attributes of Allah, 99% survival rate. Imagine the odds when you're the Neo, you're the one that made the patterns evolve. Another chapter to solve, why did Saturn revolve? Spinal column, I am Amen, climb the ladder to Oz. On a rocket to Nebula, the planet of the gods.
Use my mind. I
these odd shapes in the box. Tetragrammaton, Tetris, see my face in the watch. Circle of life displayed in an arrangement of clocks. You can't be so diplomatic when you're breaking the locks. God Zodiac, Killah Priest. Wrong priest.
Yeah, bro. Imagine the odds. Where you at? You coming through? Yo, welcome back, everyone, to the Killah Priest Wind Down. I finally got the with the help of Knowledge Bond, finally got the StreamYard up, and this is going to be the hour of power. You know what I'm saying? The hour of power. I wanted to start there. I see you in the building, Nephtali. You come on through. We got the StreamYard. We got Sue here for you. Yo, check it out.
Yeah, I'm here.
Sue in the building. I just hit Crip Jesus. Let me get this right. This is the wind down. Let's see. Winding. Okay, I got you. That's for me?
Yeah, if you wanted to send it to somebody, that's what it is. I'm gonna send it to Jesus right now.
All right. Yeah.
Killah Priest, fresh off an interview with the Melbourne podcast. The joint was epic. It was crazy. You understand? Shout out to the Melbourneers. We got another joint tomorrow. You understand? Over there with the Truth to Power podcast with Dr. Ma'at. It's gonna be epic. So for the yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So salute.
Shout out to Dr. Ma'at.
Shout out to Dr. Ma'at, yo.
She from
Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
So
I said two.
For the podcast, for the podcasters out there that get with us. We still booking interviews to promote this album.
Shout out to Cap. Cap is out there. He be in Baltimore all the time, man. I was out there in Baltimore. Every time I go out there, man, so much love out there. You know, Baltimore got it in the 80s, man. Well, it was getting it in. Where's one of my favorite groups? Well, you know, we meshed together. Let's say 3 Times Dope. 3 Times Dope.
Philly, yo.
That's 3 Times Dope Philly. My bad. Guru and what's the other cats? Yeah, you're right. 3 Times Dope. Yeah, they was dope with the Gumby. Bobby Brown was like, yo, Bobby Brown is coming. But we already saw that.
You said what song he got? I was just thinking, what's the song Bobby Brown?
Bobby Brown had so much, you talking about My Prerogative?
My Prerogative.
Yeah, I was just watching it.
You what I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just watching those joints. Y'all need to... He said we need to start clowning the natives. The fake name. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, we can go in. Yeah, Use My Mind is like one of those songs. That's a powerful song. I think we need to do another video for that, but that always remind me of a beautiful summer. Like that right there can eat up a summer. I think it can eat up a winter too.
You're standing up on top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Or like you know how you looking at the sea.
Yeah. Everything you see, right? Woo. What up? We got brother. Yeah. We got brother Sewell in here. What's up, Sewell? Tell us a story. We got Knowledge Born.
What you want to hear, brother?
Tell us a story about the Kufi, man.
What?
The Kufi.
What Kufi?
You going back to the Dog Bush? What you want to do?
The Kufi or the Kufu? Break it down, Sue. Break it down, Sue.
What?
Or the Kufu.
Well, you have Kufar
Mm.
and then Kufi, right? And Kufar means to conceal, correct?
To conceal.
Right, to conceal the
Break
truth.
It down.
Yeah.
Woe to the concealers of the truth. Right
Means the cover too, like Kufia or Kafia or Kufia, like they say that they like the rap.
Mm.
Same word.
Mm.
But really, it's called a Taj. And the Prophet Muhammad, he wore a Taj with a point on the top.
Mm.
Point. It's like a little point. You see the Sufis wearing it. You ever see that?
Right. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You know what's
It's
bugged
like a
out?
picture.
I don't want to get crazy pseudo, right? But I was telling Da Vinci this the other day.
Is Da Vinci still listening rebellious to you?
He's always rebellious. He's always rebellious.
Shout out to Lil Da Vinci, aka the Da Vinci Code.
You know, he's
He's
on
the
his own
Yesterday,
Da
path.
Vinci Code.
told me the greatest MC. He said he's the greatest.
Right.
Okay.
I'm supposed to say that. Yeah. No, Da Vinci got some skills, yo.
Listen, I know that, man. I'm just saying you gotta live up. You gotta live up to it. Anyway, like I was saying, we're gonna move on.
I think he's nice.
I'm not saying he ain't nice.
Yeah.
I get this. I'm not gonna go into that.
Shout out to Ben Frank. I see you.
Shout
Go
out
ahead.
to
I'm gonna
Ben.
let you talk. My bad. Go ahead, Sue.
But
Step closer to the light.
oh yeah. So I was watching Fantasia the other day. Well, not the other day, but I remember watching Fantasia many a times, right? If you look at the remember in Fantasia when Mickey Mouse, right, was there with the wizard.
Right.
Okay.
Was
What was he wearing?
a blue?
The headdress he was wearing.
Yeah, the blue. Yeah, the majestic.
Yeah, the
head.
Magi. He had the Magi jump.
Right there.
Woo!
No. That right there,
With the long
that's
robe.
the Taj or the Tartar Bush. Think about it. And had a star and crescent on it too. Go back and watch it.
Mm.
I'm with you.
That was Fantasia, the Disney film.
Mm,
And one day, I don't know, I was just watching it, and I was kind of like, I'm
God.
like, peace, salam alaikum.
Peace.
Wa alaikum salam, rahmatullah.
Peace.
And one day I was watching it, I said, it just snapped in my
Yeah.
mind. And I said,
Peace
yo,
to
this
the
guy
GOD.
is wearing the Fez or Tartar Bush.
Mhm.
And not only that, he has the star and crescent on his headdress in the cartoon. Now I'm not saying that Wizard is a Muslim or whatever, but it's kind of funny they put that in the cartoon. Why would
What
they
you
do
mean?
that?
Everything is Muslim, brother. Everything goes
Why
into
would
the
they- why
will
would
of
they
you
put
and
that
I. Look,
That's cool.
the ancient mystics. You feel what I'm saying? That's just didn't nobody back there speak the language of and say the word mystic. You feel what I'm saying? So them is just old school Sufis right there. You know, everybody. That's where everybody get they You get what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? The moons and the stars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like it on the hat. The hat, Elijah.
Yeah.
Because Islam don't have no beginning, no ending. You'll find like he was just saying. You'll see the Tarbush all through ancient Egypt. Everybody that's Nubian that believe in one God, you'll see them with things on that look like Tarbush. The other dudes has got the fly other freaky colors, and they don't look weird for no reason. They look weird for they got all the ice cream color, all the. You're like, man, what's going on with bruh? Like, yeah, bruh hopping out on his Diddy tip. You know what I'm talking about? No disrespect to any of the, the you gotta know how to tell the difference, bro. They was there for thousands of years. So if you really sit here and think they all one continuum, nah, it ain't simple like that. You got dudes that pop up that's kind of freaky and different weird stuff going on. They kind of adopt certain things. But when you look back to like the 4th dynasty, in the Blue Bible, I break it down, 4th dynasty, Narmer. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta look at what they wearing. Look at how they carry themselves. Look how they put the 5 fingers over their heart. You know what I'm saying? Them is even out. I'm saying even outside of Islam, them is noble. You feel what I'm saying? That's how you know Islam is the truth. When you take your shoes off, you go to somebody's house. You know what I'm saying? Having a personal rug, and that's all culture.
Indeed.
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 And Walt Disney was a Shriner too, so you're not gonna be surprised that you. Yeah, you see the whole thing. Yeah. In the 33rd degree.
Look at his identification card. Where you get that from? Somebody told you that? Any kind of photographs?
I mean,
Hey, it's common knowledge. They got pictures of him with the fez on.
He for sure tapped in.
Man, he was just playing around. It's the wind down.
Yeah, I'm winding down.
Like that.
I know. Look, man.
You're photographed. Yeah, I mean, I agree with I agree. Walt Disney was probably was. He definitely was a Shriner, because why would he put that in the cartoon?
We got AD watching.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm glad you brought that up.
I got you, AD.
You feel what I'm saying? And put that in there. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
When you look at Disney's joints and you realize with no Google or nothing like that back then, it's a lot of information he had that was Asiatic. That for sure was coming from him hitting them certain degrees.
Yeah. Walt Disney was the only one at that time, Crit man, like really kind of pushing like the innovation of like before George Lucas and all them people existed. You know what I mean? He was talking about like, all supernatural beings. If he was trying to put that kind of stuff in television, he was the first innovator with that.
Peace, Miss Jackson.
Peace. Natasha Jackson in the building. That's for my man Lance right there, right?
How are you guys doing?
What's good?
All is well.
Good to see you.
Oh, that's for. Pardon me, y'all. I did the wrong thing. I got it coming now. All right, we good. I can see it's good.
Yes, sir.
AD said a little bit more light. Oh, I got light.
Turn that light on like that.
I got it coming. Well, there it goes right here. Watch this. Boom. Did we brighten up a little bit more? Let's see this.
That's pretty good.
I got another one.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. Our brother Glow.
I'm kind of dark.
Man, I'll be off this.
No, it's good.
I wrote stellays and pillars of Killer, a Jizza and Master Killer, and watch my reflection crash through mirrors. The healer, shout the RZA, the cure. My rhymes could be mistaken for cocaine lines so pure.
Huh?
I should have wrote this on aluminum foil, light the heat beneath it. Watch the soup fume up the floor like Upper Egypt.
Yeah.
Oh.
Days.
Back in the days, we used to fight if you snuff a sneaker.
Yeah.
The name ring through the schools if you snuff a teacher.
Yeah.
I used to rap off a boombox with a busted speaker. Man, bro.
Yeah.
Woo!
No, that's good.
Woo!
I look better right there, y'all.
You see, I was young like King Tut, but deeper. Stop. Let me calm down. I'm fanning out. Hold on. Let me calm down.
Look, get hype,
Bro.
That's
Peace.
peace, Lord. That's peace.
That shit was crazy. I said, nah, run that back. He did not just say that.
Are we coming in clear?
Yeah, good to go.
What happened?
But,
Can y'all hear us? Oh, okay, yeah, y'all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you clear.
Nah, he said you're not in the dark anymore.
Okay, great.
Yo.
Pull on up,
shout
man.
out to AD.
How y'all feeling though, man? Today's mathematics, knowledge equality. Who is the 5% in the poor part of planet Earth? Poor righteous teachers not believing the teachers are 10% and are all wise. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad to see everybody here. Miss Jackson, Killah, Rasul, Knowledge Born Allah. You feel me?
Not believe in the teachings of the 10%. Okay. You know who the all wise and true and living God is, and teach that the true and living God is the supreme being, black, man, and Asian. Also known as civilized persons, Muslims and Muslim sons.
We got cracking though, man.
Right.
I'm saying, I told you what I've been off of. I've been off the whole joint, right? But I be going back and forth with the thine wheel, the sacred ground, and the wing people 3, the earth spinning wobbly, UFOs, Anunnakis. You feel what I'm saying? Like all of that. Can't get enough of it. You feel what I'm saying?
Peace. What's up? Natasha Jackson, tell us what's good. What's your story?
I've been
Is that me?
so
When I take this on?
I am
Hold on.
It's from. I grew up in a small village of Cake, and so for the past 3 years, I've been working at Tlingit and Haida, and so I deal like my job is I'm a community advocate. I'm the manager of our program, and so I deal with a lot of domestic violence, historical trauma, and sexual assault, and the missing people.
Just a minute, sorry.
All right, we back.
Okay.
Yeah, we should have that problem more. Maybe we're gonna turn that on, right?
What is historical trauma?
Historical trauma is they took all the children. There are some missionaries that came into Alaska and took all of the children to boarding school, and that's where a lot of them were abused, sexually abused, and so all the children were taken to boarding school. They didn't have a choice about going to boarding school. So they were taken outside of their village and shipped off to these big schools. One of them was the Wrangell Institute. And they were taken away from their families. So, yeah. So,
your thing is you want to get people aware of it, being that you in Alaska. Lance had hit me off a little bit with some of it. So so she's saying that she wants everybody aware of what they did. This happened recently, or?
Yeah, back in the, I would say like the 1920s, all the way up until I think the Wrangell Institute didn't close till the 60s. So my grandparents were part of the boarding school era. And so that affected my father's generation. So they were not able to speak fluent Tlingit, so it got wiped out.
The Tlingit. Yeah. You Tlingit?
Yeah, it didn't take long for them to wipe. So now it's like you'll see now that there's like a revitalization in our culture of really trying to learn our language and our culture. So we're trying to hold on to it because a lot of our, our older generation, especially during COVID, we had so many pass away with all of that knowledge that they held. So we're trying to really hold on to that, to hold on to that knowledge. And then, so MMIP, I say P because there's missing men too. The two-spirit is what they call them, and not just two-spirit men that were murdered and missing.
Wow.
So a lot of that is due to historical trauma, substance use, domestic violence, sexual assault, and trafficking. There is trafficking up here in Alaska.
Wow. The devil, yo.
Yeah.
That's that. What's the lesson on the devil? That was crazy right there. Man, yeah. So they up there doing the devilish work with the children.
Well, look, to make devil, what must you first do? To make devil, you must begin by separating from original. So when they grabbing all the children, you feel what I'm saying? They taking that next generation and separating them away. You feel what I'm saying? This is how you get the other generations that's lost afterwards that could end up into a little bit of anything and everything. You feel what I'm saying? It's all the separation. You know,
Right.
even with her being able to put the word out, it unifies us. You feel what I'm saying? Without that, it's a separation of the information. You get the feeling like, you know, you're the victim of the world and everything's a problem with you and your world. You know, you hear that sometimes, Priest. You might bring up something. I see you real international. So, what they got to do with us over here? You know, it's like, huh? Like oppression anywhere is oppression everywhere. Feel me?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's so there's been this big up here, you know, the murdered and missing. It's across Indian Nation, really. It affects Indian Nation all the way, you know, lower 48 all the way up here. So they've been trying to fix these gaps that they're seeing in court system and you know, and so they're just, it's like every 1 in 3 women. I mean, the statistics are really high. I would say everybody coming through, because I work with tribal court and state court, and I apply for protection orders for tribal citizens, and so I would say about 100% of people walking through our doors are affected by like one of the 4 cycles. But I don't ever see one person in one cycle. It's always like 3 or 4 cycles.
That's
So,
crazy.
yeah, it's pretty.
That was been going all over the planet. So now it's hitting today over there. And I want everybody to be aware. Oh man, that's what happened. Go ahead, Bill, Sue.
Sorry.
I
Yeah,
took
go
out
ahead,
the wrong
proceed. I'm listening. Can you hear me? You guys?
Yeah.
Oh.
Miss Jackson, is there so you said this is going on in Alaska? That's where you're from?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What tribe are you from?
I'm Tlingit. So
Tlingit.
Yeah. There's I think there's 30,000 in the South region.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're breaking up a little bit. Can you say that again? You was breaking up a little bit.
There's 30,000 Tlingit in the Southeast region.
Okay. 30,000. That's a lot. And have y'all been victim of this?
Yeah, it's, I mean, it's very rare that you find somebody that wasn't affected. Like everybody, I feel like, you know, with the missing murdered Indigenous people, I know there was 4 from my village that were affected, and Jenny Brown, who was supposed to be here tonight, but poor girl is sick.
I'm sorry.
Oh, she get better, yeah.
Yeah, she is like a really huge advocate. She knows at least 20 members of her family that have been missing and murdered. So she is a huge advocate for MMIP. And she recently was able to do a stalking event where they did like a cold case through the theater here, and then she did a stalking prevention with that, and it was a really awesome show. So it was about an Inuit woman from up north that went missing, and they just talk about, and then it just goes through the emotions of what it's like to, you know, to have a friend or a family member go missing.
Right.
Is there any kind of grief counseling, like y'all working with the families in regards to grief, like when in the process of processing, like closure, anything like that?
There is a group that Ingrid Cumberledge, she works for the Department of Justice, and she's part Tlingit and she is half Athabascan. and the Department of Justice actually put 7 coordinators in 7 different states, and Alaska was one of them. And so Ingrid actually is in the process of trying to come up with a group, a grief group for people with, that have a missing, murdered Indigenous person.
Yeah.
Because she said that it's like a grief that you never get over, especially if there is no body. Because some of them are unidentifiable. And so one of the big things that they're trying to do now is, because there's some of them are unidentifiable. And so one of the big things, oh no, is it right? Echoing?
Sorry to hear that. Look at Lance in the building. Lance Mitchell. What up, Lance? What's good? I cut you off. Go ahead. Sorry to hear that. Look at Lance in the building. Yo, you have to turn off your
the playback, the YouTube.
I'm gonna text him. You gotta turn off your phone.
So they're trying to match up the national system with our state system. So that's some of the things that they're really trying to do. And they're trying to find the gaps too of the jurisdiction. I didn't realize like jurisdiction was such a huge problem, and I had some cases in the lower 48, and I could not believe how much I got bounced around between, like there's the police on the reservation, then there's the state police, and then the local police.
All three are there at the same time?
Yeah. So it's like, say, oh no, that's not my case. Oh no, that's not my case.
Everybody passing the buck.
Yeah. So I think it's like really important now. They're just trying to find where's the jurisdiction, so that it's not confusing when somebody does go missing. So the tribes up here, there's 229 tribes up in Alaska.
Yeah.
And so they are trying to come up with what they call MMIP response plans.
Yeah.
So they're working really hard there's 3 tribes went through a pilot project. So their next mission is to get the rest of the tribes with the MMIP response plan. So that's the kind of work that they're doing now.
Well, Natasha isn't really giving herself the props that she should. Natasha is in charge of, and with the help of one of her advocates and friends with one of the native corporations, Clinton and Hyde, of organizing a task force that's going to approach on this. Now, the only facts that I have, and they're limited because they don't have all the facts. It's about, I'd say not just Native people, but it's like about 1,900 of people that have murdered or just missing in Alaska. Native women, you can give me the stats on that. That might, because your stats will be a lot more accurate than my stats, because you know everything. And so like, it's a lot of Native people that have been women and that have been missing and killed. There was a big court case that was up that just happened, and the guy had videotaped him killing all these. It was more than one Native person.
That's horrible. What was the man that murdered him? My bad for cutting you off, but that just sounds so.
Oh, no worries. I don't know the exact his exact name, because I wasn't really prepared to say anything.
No, I'm saying, was he a fellow Native, or he was an American?
He was an Australian.
Oh, okay.
He was Australian. Wasn't he an Australian, Natasha?
Yeah.
Can you give him a little bit of information on that?
I don't have all the little bitty.
Just a generalized information about, some of the kids. I can tell one story directly that I know. There was a girl, her name was Linda Skeek. I knew her. And she, excuse me for a minute. Sorry about that. I'm at work. She was a good friend of mine, man. She was a good lady. She had kids and she had a family. And one day in Anchorage, she just vanished. They found blood in her car. They were leaning towards the husband of committing the murders. I'm not going to say that he did it because he was acquitted in the court of law, but they were looking at him, and people think that perhaps that he did do that, and they think that there was enough evidence that was presented in the case that he should have been convicted. That's just only one story. That's just a personal story that I know. But it's like lots of women are snatched off the streets out in Anchorage. They like going crazy with snatching them up and committing human trafficking crimes against the indigenous Native women, and not just in Anchorage, but all throughout Alaska. And it's bad. And this lady, she's trying to put together a team of people that are opening up cold cases of people that haven't been found, and they think that perhaps are murdered. So, this is what she does. She's a community advocate. She's also involved in I'm MM. Can you give them that information, Natasha?
MMIP.
MMIP, and it's huge.
But you know what, Lance? I think it'd be better to have Natasha on like a Monday when there's because what I see the alarming. This is like a wind down show, a little bit, so we go all over the place. I mean, it's good for information, but I would like to have you back on Monday, and I think that'd be more of a that type of vibe and stuff like that. I was just doing because I forgot with the conversation. This is a very serious subject matter, and it needs to be addressed properly.
That would be great because then she can bring Jenny Brown with her.
Yeah.
Jenny Brown has a lot of personal stories that she really very much carries, her heart on her sleeve. So she really.
Do you study any medicine?
Yeah.
You do? I have to tell you, this is what this type of show is. And if so, because you're definitely going to come Monday.
She is very active. I mean, she will tell you her story. She's like a 4-time felon. Like she has a story of recovery, and she's been, she's like, my 13th time in jail, I finally figured it out. And I just was blown away by her recovery story, because I just couldn't believe, I couldn't believe that, because, we were co-workers, and she just told me her story one day, and I was just blown away by it. I was like, you mean you were in jail? And it just was amazing to me that she wanted to get sober in the community, and she's very open about her story about, she said she used to be a dealer, and she's like, I wanted to get sober in the community that I lived in, and to help people now. So I just am very touched by her, her advocacy, and especially her MMIP part. She has a big following. So.
Natasha, I think I didn't know this was the vibe for the show down until I clicked on this show. So I think would you be able to attend with Jen on Monday? Would that be okay?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
All right.
is there some sort of like social media where y'all awareness, like some kind of website for the people who are listening right now? You still have people that are listening right now, and
Right.
they're interested. So, is there some kind of way where people can find out and raise awareness and help spread the word?
There's a Anchor group called MMIG2. And you could look them up, MMIG2, and they are very active, and they represent the whole state of Alaska. And so their stories, that group is very active, and they are really solving some cold cases and crimes, and they do a lot of awareness too. So MMIG2 in Alaska.
And I guess so. Thank you. I'm sorry. Maybe this is my bad. I'm sorry, Natasha.
Oh, that's all right.
No, you good. You good.
Thank you for inviting me, and I'll come back with Jenny on Monday.
Yeah, we would love that. We would definitely love that, man.
But thank you for the information, though. I know I just learned something, and I'm for sure going to look more into that. That was that was neat.
Hey, every time I come out there, I'm always hanging with Click It. And
yeah.
I got a
you guys have to come out for Rock. Have you guys ever been here during then?
Yeah, he was here. Actually, he was.
Oh.
You were there last? Was it last summer? Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, how awesome! I'll tell President.
And I asked Lance this. Do you know where they shot? Where they shot The Fourth Kind with Nome?
And it was the story comes from Nome, Alaska.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I want to get up there, yo.
Man, I went to Nome, and when I went to Nome, I asked them because I seen it. They said that I'm not trying to diss on lady. I'm only repeating the information that they told me, and they said that what they told me was there was a dude, and he was in love with a woman, and I'm not down with the particulars, but anyway, he killed her and spread her blood all over the wall. And they said that the lady that had originated that story, they said, now see, I'm only repeating rumor. I'm not saying that this is accurate or a clue. They said that she has, I'll just put it in a nice way, like I put everything else. They said she has some issues.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. So you said a
some serious
psychiatrist?
issues.
Was this the psychiatrist?
Yeah, they said you could tell by looking at her that have you ever seen the show, and you could tell that you look in her face and see that something else was going on. If you ever watch it again, I
never understood the missing. When a child was taken, she said a child was taken. That's all part of her imagination.
No,
Did you ask about that?
People go missing up there all the time, but I think that the nobody seen the spaceships that came down and beamed them out of the house or anything.
That was her story.
That was her truth, bro. I'm gonna put it to you like that. That was her truth. Now I can't validate it. I can't say it didn't happen.
Right.
All I can say is I don't know. And the people that I asked, they didn't know. They didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't see the light beam down and suck the people out of the house like I seen.
Yeah. So they was bullcrap when they said based on the true story.
Well, it's based on her truth.
That's
how I put it. It's based on her truth. And I wasn't there, so I don't know what her truth is. But they said she has some issues, though.
Yeah, I'm going out to Nome. I'm gonna do a double research for you. I mean, on the behalf of, but I always want to see it because the sky. I went to when I saw the Aurora Borealis.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that in Anchorage.
You should go to Nome. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should go there.
Can you? I heard that you could see polar bears. I didn't know that you could travel through to Alaska to get. You could travel and get to Russia.
Yeah, but I think the Bering Sea. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Jackie told me that. Jackie told me that.
Because the Bering Strait is right there. Russia is not that far.
Well, Palin said she could see Russia outside of her door. I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, huh?
She said that. I don't know.
Who said
that? Sarah Palin was one of our governors that we had.
Oh yeah, I remember them days.
Yeah, she is fine though.
Prada bags, Gucci bags, Prada bag, Gucci. She was the real soccer mom for.
Yeah, I've seen her in a swimsuit with the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Look,
she goes shopping a lot.
I've seen her in person once. She was nice. I helped her. She was coming out. One of her kids she got a special needs child, and she was coming out of the airport, and I seen her. She seemed like a sweet, nice lady.
She would have been the flyest. She would have been the flyest. When she was running for president, she would have been the flyest. Hands down, she was always fly.
She would have been all right if she had that charisma that Trump had, because Trump be saying some things, man. I don't know, but people, they seem to be buying it and they seem to go for it. But she says stuff and people just kind of, they don't be feeling.
Yeah, people don't really get it. Because if I'm not mistaken, wasn't she like brought on? Who was that she's running with? Bob Dole or something?
I think you're right. I don't even remember.
Yeah,
I just remember
the
swimsuit that she had on. That's all. That's all I remember.
I remember her being from Alaska and her saying, "I could see Russia from
Wasilla, from where she lived." Yeah, I remember that.
And I remember all the dumb people down here in America was like, "That's so dumb. And why would she say that? It doesn't make any sense." And I'm like, and that's when I learned as a kid that Alaska is by Russia. And
it is by Russia.
A lot of people in America don't know what the hell they talking about.
But you can't see it from Wasilla though. I don't think I don't think you can see Russia there. Natasha, can you see Russia from Wasilla?
She said you can see it from Cybocillin. That's what she was talking about. She had a little help. She had a little extra microdose so she can see what she can't see.
She was hanging out with Killah Priest.
She was in the extra rooms, okay? She was in the beyond the ice wall. So she was beyond the ice wall. Y'all can't see behind the ice wall. She can see behind the ice wall. That's what happened.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely over that way. I want to. Yeah, we get into that. But yeah, man, that is a magical place. I want to do soon. I would like to do a retreat. I'll talk to you about that. But that'd be dope to take Podcraft members, and you already know, going to those mountains. What's the glacier? The
glacier. That's what it's called. It's called the glacier.
Yeah, the glaciers and all of that stuff. That'd be a nice place to just.
But you know what, King? Killah, they got you remember the shrine where I took you?
Yeah, that was beautiful.
In the
shrine?
Shrine. To be a shrine.
They have places you can rent. They have
right on there.
They have a big, huge complex that has beds and stuff and a kitchen and stuff like that. And you can rent it and just stay there.
You
I remember talking to Priest right here. He was telling me, he showed me a video of a well.
Yeah.
The wells is up there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Natasha, what you trying to say?
That was
I'm trying to see the well.
That was with Guam though. That was no, but they out there. They coming from there, but that was in a marina. But they have so many wells and dolphins and stuff over there, and they just come right up. Word.
and
I
bears.
know one thing they have bears.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. I was about to
lions,
say. He Priest showed a video of a bear. He was at what was he doing? He was just hanging out at the.
It was a mother bear.
She just gazed over at y'all like it was nothing. Like, what y'all doing over there?
Yeah, I know.
In the wintertime, there's a techno guy that he has somebody with him, and they do they have this like light show off the glacier. And I'll have to ask more about it, but they usually do it in the winter. They just do it at random times. They don't even tell anybody, and then pretty soon they have this big audience around them because they're doing like a light show off the glacier.
Wow.
I've never seen that, but Killer, you never seen the ice caverns, have you?
Nah.
Yeah, you got to come during so you can walk across the whole glacier freezes during the winter time, and you can walk across to the pond to get to the ice caverns.
Wow.
And just go up and see the ice caverns. I'll try and get you some photos and send them to you. Later on.
That'd be a good retreat for the Podcraft. If we take like 10 members or something like that, we all just go.
Oh yeah.
We're set up. I talked to because Colorado got a nice. I forgot the name. Start with a P, but DJ Notion knows about it. We was talking about even going over there because in Colorado they got some spots.
Yeah,
but they ain't no. It's nice.
I'm a camper myself, man.
Oh yeah. You know how to survive?
Yeah. I know how to make fire. I know how to purify. I know how to purify water.
We need that. What do you distill it?
Nice. Yeah, well, no, I mean, a lot of people know how to purify water. Though. It's not like a big thing. I'm pretty sure all you guys up there in Alaska know how to do that too.
You'll be surprised.
But I used to go camping when I was a kid.
You good at Crip Jesus?
Lance said you got fire water. He said you know how to purify fire water. He don't know nothing about that regular water.
I've been sober, man. I've been sober since January, bro. But
yes.
Yeah, I know about that fire water though up here.
Yeah,
Killer can drink, boy. Don't let him fool you. Killer can put it down. I can't hang with Killah Priest.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that later. This is the wind down. But
he is winding down.
You're drunk.
Yeah. It's Oktoberfest. It's Oktoberfest too. And they have to do like the hops and certain type of beers that are like during the Oktoberfest. So they have like stouts that's imported from a couple of places. That's seasonal. I like that type of
for the seasons.
Yeah.
For the seasons.
Yeah. The hops.
Only drink if the ladies is involved. I might get a little. But beyond that.
Yeah,
it's like put me down.
Somebody said
you would be a target for the ladies up here. Tell them.
Oh man,
huh? They like the brothers up here.
In Alaska.
Yeah, about to take your turban, fam. Get your turban snatched up over there.
You'll be a target.
Tar bushing. Be up in the bushes, tar bushing.
My Pocahontas.
They be looking like Janet Jackson. What's that?
Look, a bunch of little Crips running around in Alaska.
Little igloo babies.
Look,
yeah,
up in Mystery, Alaska, out there.
Oh yeah, that'd be
I
lit.
like that Mystery, Alaska.
It won't be a mystery no more.
Natasha, you think
it'd be a Cripstery? It'd be a Cripstery.
Natasha, you think a few ladies will come hang out with Crip Jesus?
Yeah. In Alaska, for sure. Yeah, we up there. Yeah, we turn up. We better turn Alaska up.
Fairy Magdalene. Fairy Magdalene. What Crump said about
you feel me?
What Crump said about Magdalene, Mary Magdalene?
You mean Jesus' mom?
No, that was Mary.
That's Mary the Virgin.
Oh, the woman of the night.
Yeah. I want to like I want to, Joseph must have been going crazy. Like everybody talk about that, but he didn't believe that. Like, yo, you really think he's like, yo,
Hey,
man,
I'm real. I'm Christian. I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna be quiet.
but if it's real, though, but I'm saying,
my life
if
is already
somebody told you,
chaotic. I don't want God to be bringing me down, nothing negative, but I have some stuff in my head.
If somebody told you, you tearing stuff up. That's real talk. It's like if somebody told you, yo, she already got a baby. She pregnant. You like what? You gotta sit the nigga down and really explain that.
Exactly.
But he was like, yo, she wasn't right.
He went and told his homies, and his homies was like, yo, you're gonna have to get rid of her, Saint. For real. That's what they did. He went and was like, yo, I don't know what to do. He's like, yo, you got to get rid of her quietly, yo. Like real quiet. And then he had the dream, and he was like, oh.
He did what a lot of dudes don't want to admit. He stayed right there and was like, I'ma still take care of you and the baby. I love you, girl.
After he had that dream, fam, don't flip it.
He said, I don't want to know if you playing me. Keep it on the low. I'ma be here. Call me Daddy Joe.
Daddy Joe.
Playing me.
So he's the original stepdad. No, what they call it?
He said, out of Pappy.
Yeah.
I'm that baby's daddy. That's what he said.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Man, I'm not going to touch base on that. I'm just going to be quiet.
Blame it on the wine down.
Yeah, no, but it's good. Do you know anything about? Because I got my Natasha might know what I'm talking about when I say I got my hand on some bear root.
Oh man, you want me to? I'll make an exchange with you. You send me some coelagen, and I will go tomorrow, and I'll buy you some bear root.
All right, I got you for the shit.
Because I've been calling you. You've been ignoring me. I've been trying to.
But they was out the last time. But I got my hand on some bear root. So you boil it. What's the other name for bear root?
I forgot. Natasha, do you know? Because I don't remember. I only remember because you asked me to get it.
Well, the natives know that the bear root is really good for you. When you boil it, you drink it down, and I got put on it with the clinkers, hanging with the clinkers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Devil's Club.
Oh yeah, I know. Devil's Claw.
Yeah.
Isn't Devil's Club something else?
Ooh.
What is it?
I haven't used it. Let's find out.
Bear's root.
If you know. Shout out to Rap Yard. Shout out to the Podcraft. Everybody, moderators and everybody. And I see y'all.
Chris, I thought you said Nibiru first. I need to get my hands on some Nibiru. You said.
Oh, bear root. Oh, that.
Bear root, Nibiru. You about to flip that in the verse somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta flip that.
Floating in the beer root, chewing on the beer root.
I don't know. Beer root. No, I don't know how that correlates.
That rhymes. Bear root in the beer root.
Look. You couldn't just let me live for 3 seconds, Hansu. It was it could have just flew by you. You just had to.
Sue's ready.
He's like, all right.
That was a good coordinate.
Yeah, you right.
Bear root. Bear root, and then I saw the bear root. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You got that one, Downsborn. KV, I'm gonna say that.
Sue said the hell with that. He said, nah, man. That don't go together.
Go ahead.
But I'll get you some.
These guys are like, go ahead, man. Just go ahead. Don't listen to me. Go ahead.
we wind it down, so get in there.
That's what I'm saying. It's the wind down. This is not. It's not. You know what I mean? Y'all all on here know what I'm talking. We're winding down. We're winding down.
Yeah.
I don't see no herb smoking. Isn't that what a real wind down is? What's that? I don't see no blunts being passed.
Well, no, I don't really smoke. I don't smoke like really like. I mean, I don't be smoking like that. Like those
Oh
big
man,
ass
come
blunts.
on, you smoking now?
No, I don't smoke them big ass blunts. I'm 47 years old. I can't smoke that shit. Excuse my life.
I'm saying, so you smoke joints? You saying?
No, blunt smoke. I sometimes I smoke like a little joint with some, tobacco. Like I don't really, you know what I mean. I don't do that no more. I don't do that no more. I don't. Nothing
Ben
wrong
Frank
with it.
said
That's
he
what
winded up. He said he ain't winded down. Ben Frank said he winded up.
Eventually, I'm gonna start
down for what?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna start smoking weed because eventually, probably. I'm not going outside
Turn it up.
anymore. Yeah, it doesn't.
Turn it up.
It doesn't do anything for me no more.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
You take it to the next
I
level.
like that, man. Talk yourself out of it. I feel that. Manifest it.
I mean, I don't really need.
Because you sound like somebody that still smoke low key.
Yeah, I smoke.
If you didn't smoke, you just be like, "No, I don't smoke."
I smoke my
I've been
cigarettes.
stop that shit.
And I put a little
Cigarettes. You don't smoke cigarettes and don't smoke weed. No, you
I smoke spliffs.
come back to the weed, leave the cigarettes.
Nah, man, we smoke spliffs. It's 2024, man. I've traveled around the world, so I got hooked on them spliffs, man.
Oh, okay. But you ain't smoking like the cigarette, like Marlboro.
No, I don't smoke cigarettes.
He's smoking beaties.
I put like
you smoking cigar weed.
Yeah, it's a split. They call it a split.
Man, I vape. I didn't came to this.
John, vape.
Yeah, I'm a vapor.
I used to do that back in the day.
Caught the vapors?
Yeah, man. It just it's good. My lungs ain't all messed up. That reefer used to
do that.
Have me having that asthma and having to use the inhaler when I start the vape. That was the end of and the vape is 80.
Do you do the one with the bag on it? The one with the bag attached to it? You know what I'm talking about?
No, man, I don't need all that.
You got the pen.
I got the pen, man. That's good enough for me.
Like I'm talking about back in the day, we used to have.
Oh, back in the day, we used to roll blunts, bro.
Lance was smoking for a long time. He said reefer. Reefer. You understand? Like that's a different religion right there. When you say
you was using the Haile Selassie.
Yeah,
I was in MacArthur Park. That's when we lived in an apartment right next to the park, and my homeboy from New York, he introduced me. He was from New Jersey. He introduced me to blunts, and so we would just sit up in the apartment with the Super Nintendo. And just roll.
What?
He was roll.
Playing Street Fighter. What was y'all playing?
No, I was dead broke, man. I couldn't picture
Street Fighter.
That's so old.
Street Fighter.
That's it.
Yeah, I just was looking at some old.
And we were
the name of it, ColecoVision.
Remember that? Oh, shit.
That's old, man. That's
crazy.
That's real old, bro.
He took it.
You just said Super Nintendo.
Huh?
You just said Super Nintendo.
ColecoVision. It was Atari, ColecoVision.
No, ColecoVision was like the highest game system back then.
The Super Nintendo, not the just
Super Nintendo was probably a couple years after Coleco.
Yeah,
it was right after
Super
that.
Nintendo was much more like later. That's an upgrade.
Atari came.
Was an upgrade.
They had two different versions of Atari and Nintendo.
Super Nintendo when that first came out.
I remember
That's
Super
an upgrade.
Nintendo.
ColecoVision a little bit.
It was the gray one with the purple switch on it. You used to take the games go like this on it.
Yep.
You had to rub it all in the carpet.
Because you had the Nintendo. You had the Nintendo training already.
Oh shit! I had the Super Nintendo.
Come on, bro.
Everybody had the Super Nintendo.
I know all about some Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I used to do that too.
It was I think it was Colorado Leather Company. I think that I was just watching a science on Coleco where it came from, and they had jumped into it. Yo, there's a whole science behind it. How they fought and bought into Atari, because they was like, yo, we're gonna put our money into this these systems, and there's a whole. So I was like, oh, right on YouTube, and it was something leather company. No, leather company. I think it's Colorado or something like that. So there was a leather company, and then they got into it. I never knew that. You know it.
That's crazy.
ColecoVision, Atari 5200. You know about that?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, and then Atari 2600.
Woo! That's before. That's the first Atari right there.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't.
Atari 600.
It went from like 4-bit to 8-bit. Nintendo was 8-bit, and then the Super Nintendo was like 16-bit. Then I think Sega was like 32-bit. Then 64.
Sega was Sega Genesis, right?
Listen, man. Nobody knew
It was
nothing about
Sega, then
the
it was
numbers and all
Sega
that.
Genesis.
We remember Nintendo because they were the first ones to come with the gun for the
You
duck
remember
hunt.
that, Natasha?
Let me
Did you play
correct
video games?
myself. It's Connecticut Leather Company. That's Coleco.
Yeah, Connecticut.
Connecticut. I never knew that.
Look,
1932.
when Nintendo came with that gun, we forgot about all them other systems. Okay, we didn't care about Atari. We didn't care about Coleco. When they had that gun, you aim it, bam, bam.
Duck hunt. Yeah, the duck hunt.
Yeah, exactly. That was like what?
Yeah.
You got the burner.
Yeah, look, if you had the gun, right? You had the gun with the controller, you could control the birds.
Word. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, you push down on the birds and they keep floating down so you can shoot them.
What about in television? Do you guys remember in television?
Yeah.
In television, what's that?
Oh, he killing it. Yes.
Oh, M television, like MTV.
You know, in like Intel, like intelligence, Intel Vision, like television.
that?
Yeah, that's for you.
What's in television?
Yeah, it was a game system.
It was made by Mattel.
Oh,
They
no, I
used to
missed
make
out on that one.
figures.
Yeah.
Do anybody in the audience in the comments know in television?
Let's talk about that.
Yes, they're the one told me about it because I forgot about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
You probably know. There was this. I'm gonna let y'all keep going in on the video games because that made it what? Which one? In television?
I
Yeah.
don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, they said, yo, he going back. He taking us back.
All the way
How you
back.
doing,
That's
Natasha?
Natasha,
Yeah.
are you with us?
I've never heard of in television.
Yeah, she's like she. I'm with you, Natasha. I don't know what they talk about. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you. I don't know what they talk about. I'm not from Alaska. I'm from right here, LA, born and raised.
That's where
I never seen no
That's where I
television.
had the in television.
I don't know.
Oh
You
my
might-
god, this shit ugly. This
Are
what
you in
y'all
the
talking
future?
about?
Look, he,
Oh my
he went to
god, this shit-
he went to Google. He went to ask Siri, like Siri,
Yeah.
what the hell is
You might be
intelligence?
talking about a video game for the future. What you
This shit look like some like the cell phone in the car back then, like the brick phone. This shit ugly. This is a game and shit. What is this?
It used to be popping. So we
It
go
got
back and look
numbers?
at that stuff
Why is it
now.
like
It
two-
look crazy.
Why look like two phones?
But
What y'all do? Call
If
each
the
other?
games never evolved, you would never know. You
What was
wouldn't
y'all
even know.
doing with this? What how does this work?
I don't remember, man.
They
So
was
long.
they was the cards like cartridges. So all of this stuff evolved, like it slid in like a card.
I'm saying it literally looks like a phone dialer. Like what do y'all do? Y'all dial the numbers to make it do stuff?
I didn't. I was too poor. I couldn't afford no television.
I'm on Google. I'm trying to figure this shit
Man,
out.
tell
This shit
him,
look
tell
crazy.
him, tell him again, because he trying to trip on it like it wasn't a novelty. Like when that stuff came out, it was crazy.
It was.
It looked like it go in your hand. How does it do? It go to your TV screen or do you look at it in
It
your
was a
hand?
box. It was a box.
Yeah, you got to connect it to your TV. It didn't evolve that far away from Nintendo. So Nintendo, you had to hook it up to your TV, just like any other game system.
You had
Hook
that
up
box
to your TV.
with the
Yeah.
ports. and
Oh,
you
this
put
was
it-
after Nintendo. People bought this?
Yeah, it used to be the thing. I didn't have one though. I know what it is. My friends did, but I didn't have one. I was
They had
poor.
Game. It was that and Game Boy. Game Boy was it. Game Boy was it.
And
Game Boy, yeah. I remember Game Boy. But I don't remember the other NTV.
That's what it is.
I don't know
I'll
about
put
that.
this back in. So,
Huh? Sorry.
no.
Bro, I can't believe it. This is my first time. I'm on YouTube right now watching
He having
people
a
play
moment.
in television. Yeah, I'm. Excuse me if I'm quiet, y'all. I'm amazed.
Oh, you found it? You found it?
Amazing.
You found it?
What?
Yeah, I found it. It's still ugly.
It's whack, huh?
So what about Nintendo 64? Was y'all playing Nintendo 64?
I did.
Yeah, that was the one right there.
All right, so what video game was y'all
Actually,
playing
no,
on
no,
Nintendo
I
64?
actually stopped. I
I don't
stopped
remember,
playing
but I know
video
that's the
games
one.
at the Super Nintendo, yo.
Mm.
Yeah, I stopped after that because I felt like I don't know.
It was
And PlayStation 1 didn't have Street Fighter 2. Y'all know that, right?
Why
Yeah,
nobody
it had changed.
Yo, they got a television duck hunt. Oh man, what is going on?
Okay, there we go. Now somebody
Never
said
heard of
007. Okay,
was the other
that's
one?
how I know you had a Nintendo 64.
This
If
like
you
a
weren't playing
bootleg
007,
Nintendo.
I don't
Yeah.
know what you was playing. I don't know what you was doing. If you ain't had
Yeah,
a
that
GoldenEye 007,
GoldenEye, that was
it.
That was it.
And that was the most volatile reason for a disturbance in the crib. 007 player. Why you keep shooting me? Hey, Lance, they get serious. Like, yo, why you keep shooting me? Why you hiding? They want to fight. Like, why you hiding?
Yeah.
Shout out
I
to
used to
Big Bo.
get down on that. I used to get down on that.
Do you remember Spy Hunter?
Yeah, that's with the car, right?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
What was it, John? You had though Dreamcast.
I had
Priest had
Dreamcast.
Yes, yeah.
But that's getting back. I had to work from.
That's the first time with 2K, right? 2K was on.
I remember I came to the
first.
studio in New York, man, and y'all was in there playing that, yo.
Yeah, Just Blaze. Shout out to Just Blaze.
But I was looking at y'all, I was like, why are you playing that, yo?
We had to get the videos because Just Blaze is the first one who put me
Oh, that
up.
was Just Blaze?
Just Blaze
That
put
was
me up
his
on
sister.
Dreamcast. Yeah, he was always in the future, yo. So I was like, I gotta get one. I gave him like the five back then.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And you got to ship
much
it from. It was Japanese. It was in Japanese. And then before it turned into English, you had to get it. It was in Japanese. You had to figure
What?
it out. So far, yeah.
Y'all had all the games like that.
Yeah, yo.
See that?
Yeah.
See, that's exclusive. That's where you could only order shit out the magazine. If you ain't getting off the magazine, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
Dreamcast didn't last
That's
that long.
super exclusive.
It was
Nah,
great.
They didn't do too good.
Because it was
last
too
that
exclusive.
Nah,
I think that was around the time of PlayStation. You know, PlayStation changed the game.
Exactly.
PlayStation
Yeah, it was
changed
more
the
of
game.
America.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Dreamcast is where 2K
Some
came
effects
from.
it was whack.
You see, some of them
Yeah,
was
but
whack.
at the first time, yeah, Dreamcast when it first came,
Priest had he had the joint from Japan.
yeah,
Right.
man. But check it out.
It wasn't even no English.
Yeah, I know.
There was no English, so
You had to forge the cartridges. You got to learn how to. Some of them you just couldn't even play because you couldn't read it. And then they started changing it. But do you know anything about what you call? You know what they do to the cars? It's called boosting up your console. So my man Knight Rider put me up on that.
Yeah.
Where you take your PlayStation and they boost it up.
I know how to do that.
So the lights, it'll light up. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yo,
My cousin had it like that.
Yeah.
My cousin had it like that.
Yeah. Oh, you know how to do it?
Yeah, I know how to do it. It's called SSD card.
Yeah, my boy.
Well, I don't know about Dreamcast. I don't know about.
No, that was a Dreamcast. He was doing this way. Ask Hellraiser. Yo, we went to Knight Rider, and then he took his to him.
It gives you more memory.
It stands up, more memory. It sits up. You get to sit light up, and they just boost it up, and it looks fly.
I made a lot of money doing that.
Oh, that's good. That's a good.
You take the SSD cards and you go down to Micro Center, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you take the PlayStation apart, and you put there's a slot. A lot of people
The original one on PS2. PS2.
I'm talking about PS2 and PS3.
Yeah.
And PS4. PS4. Those are the ones you can really rig.
Yeah, you got to rig them up.
Because
It's way better.
When you take it apart, it has like an extra slot for that SSD card.
Yeah.
And it gives the system more memory.
Yeah.
And everything loads.
It'll link to your phone.
Yeah.
They had a little place for your phone. I was like, yo, this is fire. Word.
It's kind of easy to do. If you know how to take the computers apart.
Huh?
I was asking Natasha what game she played.
She said she wouldn't listen to that. She with me.
It's not a game.
We outside.
Me
We outside. It was shit going on. People getting grabbed up and snatched up. You know what I'm saying? We outside in the struggle. We had times to play the games. We saw a couple games. We saw a Nintendo or two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was it.
I had Dreamcast, and that was it after that. Yeah, I was outside. I got outside.
We always outside. And look,
Yeah,
we was
exactly.
outside in somebody's crib.
Exactly.
You heard Priest said he was at somebody's studio doing it. It wasn't like he wasn't. He was at the crib. Like, nah.
That was Night Rider.
Yeah, nah, it's a rap.
I mean, that's
What was that one game? It was like
I remember going up there. And
remember that game?
Family and all them playing this
Yeah,
show.
shout out to Rose family. Yeah.
All of them was in there playing, and I was like, "What the hell is they playing?" I'm looking at. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Was it? What was it? It was a game, and the rappers. You would be the rapper, and they would be.
Def Jam Vendetta.
Huh?
Yeah.
Def Jam Vendetta.
That's the one. Yeah.
That was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, that was a good game.
Yeah, Onyx, DMX, most of the Def Jam.
Yeah.
Method Man,
Redman, and they had Capone Noriega, I think, was on the joint. Snoop. It was all kind of little stuff with the joint.
It was dope.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of what was that? What's that joint called?
It was like a hip hop Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Yeah.
Or Tekken. You know.
Tekken. There you go. Tekken.
Oh yeah, that was.
Tekken.
He wasn't always in the
It was
street
kinda
like
like
you said, Jesus.
He
He
was
wasn't always in.
he was in the street. He just wasn't at his house. He was just. That's the thing. You had to be at somebody's house or somewhere to see it.
Hey.
It happened like that.
I swear to God, right here now, I've never had. My dad went to the pawn shop one time and got me a Super Nintendo. And he came home. He said, "I got you something. You can check this out." I said, "What's this?" He said, "It's called Super Nintendo." I said, "Oh, y'all know, yeah, moved by my cousins and them." Okay, yeah, hell yeah. And I played it. I don't know how long. I played it for a minute, and then I went and sold it to the swap meet. And that was the end of video games for me. Let me tell you why I know all the games. Because when I was hustling in the street, that's all niggas do. So it'd be like when you go to the spot, they'll try to force you to play. Like, come on, man.
There you go.
Play, come on, man. Come on.
That's what happened.
Oh, man, you weird. Like you don't want to play. Especially 2K. You ain't playing 2K. Get out of here. Go kill yourself.
That or Madden, either one.
Yeah, Madden, 2K, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Call of Duty. Call of Duty. No, Street Fighter. That was back. That's way back in the day. That's when they were selling. That's when they were selling crack. Street Fighter. That was back then.
Yeah. You put a whole lifestyle on it.
Yeah, you go to the spot, they play Street Fighter. You know what I'm saying? That was the crack days.
You was getting plenty of PlayStations and stuff then. And
You don't like Street Fighter, all right?
No, I love Street Fighter. I'm saying that was that era though.
No. You don't like Street Fighter.
I do like Street Fighter, but that was that era. I'm telling the truth. Mm-hmm. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Look, then you got to the pills. The pills era was Mortal Kombat. Okay, that's when the pills started. It was Mortal Kombat, Sega. No, the first thing I said was Tekken.
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
When Tekken came, it was pills and Kush.
Is it Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
So
Powder Crystal, all that. It got a little more exclusive with the drugs.
So the shrooms was Mario.
No, Shroom niggas was like me. Shrooms was outside. You gotta go put your feet. You gotta take your shoes off and go ground your feet. You can't sit. No, if you do, listen. If you doing shrooms all the time, you can't be in there playing too many games. You're gonna tweak out.
But Mario got bigger when he ate them. He got bigger. Yeah, he He was a shroom man. And
I'm just telling you my experience. I never met the shroom people playing a bunch of games. They be outside. They be into nature and music and all type of stuff, and they be talking all extra deep.
Yeah. What about
they be crying a lot.
Yeah. Have you heard of Mr. Duke?
What you say?
Mr. Duke.
What's
A lot
that?
of people don't know about Mr. Duke. Was this dude? He would have a little ball, and he had that same hat you talked about.
Which one? Oh, the.
And it's the only game.
Oh
if
yeah.
you get a diamond,
like wizard hat.
Yeah, he cracked. And he would go down and release these apples and fruit, and these little monsters trying to get him.
Listen, sir.
Yo, for real, check it out. And
no disrespect to the Podcraft, but if they didn't play the game in the spot, I'd never seen it. Probably, I don't know nothing about the regular games. I don't know. I just know the game they play in the spot.
You know, so you don't know about that Xbox, do you?
Yeah, they had that in the spot for sure. 4 people hooked up at one time. Ooh, yeah. Matter of fact, let me give some more spot history. If I'm not mistaken, the Xbox is the first time you could the Xbox was the first time you could talk to people other places, right?
Yeah.
Because niggas, hey, they be up in the spot like, hey, I'm playing with somebody in Japan right now. Cuz check this out. Ooh, it's like, oh, Xbox is lit around the world, baby.
You never played out.
Huh?
Like what?
Pull up Mr. Duke. Pull up Mr. Duke.
Mr.
What
Duke.
did you say? I didn't hear you.
I
said look up Mr. Duke.
No, I heard that.
I didn't know he was a clown. I thought he was a wizard.
Natasha was trying to say something, but I can't hear her.
Whoever play Burnout, that is my favorite.
Oh yeah, that was good. That's where you can smash in the motherfuckers and make them smash into other cars and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good game. I like that game.
Yeah.
But
is Mr. Duke a TV show too? That's what I got.
Mr. Duke with D.O.
Oh,
I never played that, bro.
I didn't know he was a clown. I thought
Mr.
he was a
Duke.
wizard. Dude, D.O. like Mr. Do It, like Duke.
Oh, that's it. Just do. Okay.
I said he was playing Contra. See, look,
yeah, I see him. He old. This is like an old video game, man. What's this?
That was the Iran Contra wars. You fighting against the guerrillas.
This looked like Zelda. What was that game? Zelda? Nah, we had to come on. I keep popping up with these names, huh? Like, man, where you get?
It looked like a rip off of the Dig Dug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like that. Yeah, I remember Dig Dug. Yeah, I wanted that boy. I wish Timbo King was here. He'll tell you a story about me and Dig Dug. What happened?
What is that?
Well, Mr. Do, I see it. It's
oh yeah. This Mike in the studio doing James Brown. Oh, Mike.
Look at Webster.
Watch it glow. He want water. Look.
He getting on him. Is that Emmanuel Lewis? Is that Webster?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Lionel Richie.
Oh man.
Webster getting it. Webster getting it.
No, you usually show me the joints.
Hey man, I got a question. This don't have nothing to do with nothing, but I saw something on TikTok. It probably is a lie, you know. But it told me that Michael Jackson was a black belt. Does anybody have any information on that? Is that true, or is that just some bullshit?
He might have been. He might have
That's
been.
what it said. I saw it today. They said this guy was telling a story about Tupac and Michael, and that's what the story said. I don't know if it was true or not. That's just what it said. And
is this dude named Boo Capone?
What was that?
Was the dude named Boo Capone?
I don't know. I'd have to go back to my phone because that's when I seen it was today.
Okay. And what did he say?
He said that him and Tupac got into it, and Michael Jackson won.
Oh my God!
Because Michael Jackson was a black belt.
No. Tupac wouldn't hit Mike. He wouldn't hit him back. If Mike grab you up, ain't nobody.
Hold on. Well,
come here.
He too much. Mike too much run. Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, Mike.
Don't you come in here doing none of that.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna fight Mike. If Mike grab you, he's gonna be like, all right, you got it, Mike.
And the people
I
that
think,
know
I
Mike,
think he might have been a black belt, y'all.
the people that know Mike said he ain't talk like that in real life.
Yeah,
It's not
it's your
true.
voice.
It's not true.
They said he ain't talk like that. They said he, they said he made his voice like that. For,
Hey,
I don't know.
You know why? I'm gonna tell you why.
I don't know.
No. But my cousin went to meet Michael Jackson. Stayed with him at the mansion in Neverland. Steve.
Hey, now I got something for you.
Steve was.
He met Michael Jackson. Him and his mom.
And he was up and Neverland.
And look, let me tell you the story.
Yeah, tell us the story.
Okay, you don't believe it. Look at now. You don't believe it. Y'all, listen. This is. I'll bring Steve on the show. Look. Michael Jackson at the time, Steve was big, like at that time, right? Big and upcoming skateboarder, right?
How old? You gotta give his age. Because he went to Neverland. You gotta be
probably
like
20 years old. He's
why
like
was he going?
Because he's a big time skateboarder here in LA. It was him.
Well, why would he be 20 years old when to stay at the Never? Okay, you got
Michael Jackson invited him to his land. You're not going to stay there. If he invited you, you wouldn't go there. I wouldn't go there. I'm looking at the camera.
If Mike invited
if Michael invited you to come there and wanted to meet you, yo, you gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go. All right, go ahead. Finish.
So Mike invited him, this other kid named Chad Muska, of a professional skateboarder.
What?
I think it was somebody else.
You gotta speed it up,
right? And then and his mom, Steve's mom went.
Yeah,
because she loved Michael Jackson.
Of
right?
course.
So they went there, and Mike, they were able to do whatever. But what you saying about the he didn't talk like that? No, he definitely talked the way he talked because I've seen the videos of it. I've seen.
That's what you said though.
Look,
they said that was just. That's it. That was
you got what I sent you?
Yeah, because
you got a recording of that?
Yeah, look. He wanted Steve. And
we put it in the chat.
Wanted him to believe
send to your phone.
Like that.
Well,
because Mike had a different point. It's hard when you're a kid. When you're a kid and you come on, Lance. I ain't even gonna reveal all the people you know. And who you grew up with.
Mike was, how old was Mike when he passed away?
This man right here, Lance was raised by a lot of those guys. And let me tell you, Mike, if you're a kid growing up in there, it's hard to change when you start changing into your adulthood come in and everybody chill you as a kid, they treat you a little different. So it's like, you have to conceal some weapons. I don't even think Stevie all the way blind.
What?
So how do your age go in reverse? Your voice don't go in reverse. Your age. Remember him when he was 5 and 6 years old. He had a raspy grown man voice.
I wasn't there, and what you saying is now is born. Maybe you're right. Maybe you talking. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Nah, I ain't saying.
Or
no, like. I'm not going with it like going all crazy. I'm just saying like people were saying that the voice that he put on in like the interviews and all of that stuff was just a front, like he was just doing it. That was just a thing that he did.
But they also said that
he didn't really talk like that.
Hormones that made his voice be as high as it was. It's rumored. In fact, in the Jacksons, that show they did of the Jacksons, they touched base on that.
What happened to Johnny Jackson?
Who the fuck is that?
Everybody, he was the flyest Jackson.
Who's Johnny Jackson, man? What are you talking about?
Look at him. He's the drummer. He was the flyest cousin.
Nobody remember him.
No, he was.
Nobody remember him.
Yo, when you see the Jacksons in their first flick, you'll see a dude in the middle like this. It's Jackson 5 and there's one dude in the middle. It's Johnny Jackson.
Man, Priest is an old school musician. The story is. I'm tell you, he's great. He gets it in. He'll pull up stuff. I don't even
look
know
up
what he's
Johnny
talking
Jackson.
About. Johnny Jackson.
It was remember when Mike was a little kid, and there was one dude in the middle. There's always
hold on, Priest. Who was the person that did the actual drumming? No, they had a drummer. Who was the drummer? Yeah, but Johnny. No. It was one of the Jacksons.
It was their cousin.
The chat said it was Samuel L. Jackson. It was Sam Jackson.
I'm trying to agree with Killah Priest. You're right. Johnny Jackson.
Hold on,
Johnny
Jackson.
Jackson was an American drummer.
Samuel L. Jackson. Somebody said Jesse Jackson.
Sam Jackson. It's my beer.
What about Freddie Jackson? Freddie.
Johnny Jackson, he didn't get. He
I'm just saying though. Because you know, it's like
he wasn't in the videos though. Johnny
that's
Jackson.
what I'm saying. Let's go talk. He's not the guy dancing. He wasn't a part of the five. He wasn't a part of the five.
But
the five guys.
But you wouldn't have that drum. You wouldn't have that drum sound on.
Please don't nobody care about that guy in the back, man. They looking at the Jackson Five. They looking at
Johnny Jackson.
This goes out to Johnny Jackson. If you're out there, Johnny Jackson, hit me up, man. I acknowledge you.
He's dead now.
Please don't joke. I would never. You know what?
Hold on. Pay attention, y'all.
Taekwondo Grandmaster June
We know about Tito.
He was a dedicated student, and Erwin Jackson was a global superstar. But did you know he was also a black belt in karate? Jackson began studying Shotokan karate in the early 1970s under Taekwondo Grandmaster June Reed. He was a dedicated student and earned his black belt in 1975. Jackson's karate training helped him to develop his incredible athleticism and stage presence. He also incorporated karate moves into his dance routines, such as the iconic kickboxing move. In addition to its physical benefits, Jackson's karate training also helped him to develop discipline, focus, and inner strength. Jackson's karate training was an important part of his life and career. It helped him to become the king of pop.
Well, you know, you see the moves Mike is doing. You know what I mean? I kind of agree with that.
Now, see, this makes sense. If he was running with Wesley and them was studying Shotokan.
Indeed.
Wesley's
He
next.
was.
Yeah, he's a black belt in Shotokan.
Can I say something?
So it just makes sense.
And you know about the science, the mystics.
Well, you guys, this was fun, but I'm at Killah Priest on me. I gotta go to work.
Hold on. All right, before you leave, could you please show that picture I sent to you, Nosborn, before you leave? I just sent you
what picture?
Your email. I want everybody to break this picture down. And count for me. I want everybody to count.
Let me get it real quick.
It's the people that don't get props.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, this is off the chain right here. This is off the chain.
Yeah, let's see the original crew.
It's got to be next level right here, Coach Jesus. You got to see this. Sewell said, if he wasn't part of the five, then F him. Look, he just casted him out like. Hey, you sound like what Robert Harris said was talking about that lady. If he can't take us to Rouse, then the hell with him.
Yo, Sue. Yo, man. Shout out to Big Cap. He'll be here. Big Cap is resting up.
Salute to Big Cap, man.
Yeah, he broke, his leg. He'll tell you about it. He was on that motorcycle.
Lance left?
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, man. Mosa.
That's it?
Yeah, make a bit now. Count. Where did he go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But hold up. Who's that in the middle?
Never. Who is that in the middle?
Yeah, I'm trying to
That's Johnny Jackson, the drum player?
That's Johnny Jackson.
Oh, my God.
The truth coming out.
We thought you was joking.
He's crazy, man. I said, yo,
Rasul, why you hating on Johnny Jackson, bro?
Exactly.
I don't.
That's awful.
How would anybody know who Johnny Jackson is? What you
mean? He's somebody. What are you talking about?
Yo, disrespecting the man.
Why he nobody?
I don't know.
He more important than my daddy. My daddy cool. He's somebody kind of. He ain't no Johnny Jackson. He ain't no nigga. Right. What you mean? He's that Michael Jackson brother. That's Joe Jackson's son.
They ain't say nothing.
That Mama Jackson's son.
He like I'm a Jackson too. Them girls like whatever. They like
that's Janet Jackson brother.
Priest told
Hey.
everybody about
Hey.
this guy.
Shout out to
Hey,
Al.
Priesty.
No,
Priesty,
hell
he's probably
no.
squaring up with people all the time. They was like,
No.
you ain't no Jackson.
Hell,
You ain't no
no,
Jackson. How come
No,
I ain't never
crazy.
seen
He's
you on
for
the
sure
TV
tapped
show?
in.
You know,
He's tapped in all around the world. No, he pulls up. No, hell no.
hey,
He probably
he
go
probably
right
a
up to
straight
5-star
goon.
hotels. They let him walk
Hey,
right in.
Hey, Stu, he probably a straight goon now because he's knocking out a bunch of people for disrespecting him. Like, yo, oh, so you trying to say I ain't no Jackson? What? He probably straight goon. He got like 30 years of straight goon under his belt. And people
What
like,
are y'all talking about? He was
Nobody
a famous
talking
world
about
star.
Johnny Jackson.
He's been on tour with his brothers and them.
Yo, why didn't they talk about him though?
They did talk about him.
Hey,
Put him in the back.
and
Like,
them girls like, I ain't never seen you on stage with Mike.
Oh, you seen him? He was a fly. He was a fly one.
No, I never seen you on the stage with Mike.
Nah, he
Hey,
was
you
a
know how
fly.
they go? They go crazy. They go crazy. They be like, hey,
Yeah, it's like, yo, no, I'm right there. You gotta
Call-
zoom in.
they be like,
You
call
got
Janet.
cameras now. You gotta
Call
zoom
Janet
in
right
the
now.
iPhone now. Like, no, I'm right
Look.
there. You zoom
Look,
in with
like-
your fingers and shit. You zoom all the way in. Look, I'm right
They're like, call Janet. They're like, call Janet. If
Call
you
Janet.
a Jackson,
No, that's
call
crazy.
Janet.
And
Call
was
Janet right
like,
now.
oh yeah, Uncle John. I mean, Johnny, Uncle Johnny.
That's her brother. That's not her uncle.
Yeah.
Look how you trying to make it. Look, that's her brother, bro. He's one of the Jacksons.
Well, maybe I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. Yeah, it's
She's
messed
their
up
little
how they-
sister.
Don't they?
Hey, Sue, it's
Huh?
like the Rock
They
family.
trying to do that to me in Philly. They
It's
trying to do
like
that to me.
7,000 siblings from the Rock family, and it's like 60,000 Wayans. So it's equivalent to that. You might see a couple people on TV, and you don't see the rest of them.
Look,
They mad deep.
Read that. You gonna laugh, but read it to him.
It's great.
But hold on. I just want to say one thing. I'm gonna leave it alone. It ain't about them being mad deep. He's somebody. He was the drummer of the group. He was not just they cousin or something.
Right.
All right.
He had a suit. You know the dude?
He had a suit too. He had a suit too. He had a part of the song that belonged to him too. They needed him. If he ain't show up, if he ain't show up, there wasn't no show going on, and he got paid.
Look, when they say that
Johnny Jackson.
And he's at practice too, and he had rehearsal.
He called the
And he
Johnny
had rehearsal.
Jackson story.
He got his own story. There you go.
Yeah, I need to do that. I need to do that. The Johnny Jackson story. I need to
Break
do
it
that.
down. Y'all know Crip finna do that. You gonna have
Yeah,
a 3-hour breakdown.
I make that. That's hard. I'm gonna do that. Me and Killah Priest coming soon with Crumb
Yeah,
TV
let's do it.
live
And Crumb
breakdown.
TV.
The
Oh,
Forgotten-
it's a rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Forgotten
was
Jackson.
You actually know?
He lived in 23.
Look, Crumb gonna have his birth certificate
2300.
today. The Crumb don't be
Yo,
fucking
what?
around. Crumb gonna be like,
For real.
explain this to me.
2300 Jackson Street, he lived in 2301. He right. For real.
Crumb gonna be,
Man. Y'all
Crumb gonna be
We
with
gotta
it.
keep doing
Gonna
these
be all the
shows
way
like
with
this.
it.
Yo, hold on. Y'all ain't listen. Hold on.
I'm gonna find a nigga birth certificate.
It said,
Right.
hold on. Y'all, Crip. Yeah.
Santa Cruz, California.
Hold on. Just listen. Synopsis.
Damn, Gina.
Hold on. Synopsis. Johnny Jackson Jr. grew up in Gray, Indiana. Gary, Indiana, and was a childhood friends with the future performers of the Jackson 5. Stop.
That's a synopsis.
They saying that he was a childhood friend. He wasn't.
Cousin.
Well, why would they say that? It's a synopsis. They're trying to make it out like he was never really a Jackson.
Yeah, no. How could his name be a Jackson?
Okay.
That's the secret.
Well, you know.
Because they wanted to be the Jackson 5, so they want to tell him the people.
Oh, they lied to him.
And Crumb and Killah Priest they're gonna crack the code. They're gonna crack that out.
First of all, y'all got my boy twisted because I just Googled him and he popped up as an American drummer. He's somebody. Okay.
Told you. Let's go, Chris. Let's go, Chris.
So your synopsis was incorrect. It starts off Johnny Porter Jackson, born March 3rd, 1951, all the way to March 1st. No, he didn't give me nothing. I just Googled this dude.
Yeah, what did he say? What did he say?
No, I never knew about him. You're right. I never knew about him. I just Googled it. Look, he was an American drummer, noted for being the drummer for the Jackson 5 from their early Gary, Indiana days until the end of their famed career at Motown. The label promoted Jackson keyboardist Ronnie Rancifer as the cousins of the Jackson 5. However, neither Ronnie Rancifer nor Johnny Jackson are actually related to the Jacksons. Damn.
All right, so this guy Johnny Jackson,
Stop. It's more to it. Hold on. It's more to it. On March 1st, 2006, Jackson died at home in Gary, Indiana after being stabbed by his girlfriend, Yolanda Davis.
Oh, he was in the streets.
Following a quarrel.
I told you. I told you he out there. Out there, well, I told you he was a goon. Hey, Sue, did I call it? Sue, I said he was a goon. I told you he was a goon for years. Look at that.
No. Hold on, Crip. Read it now. Hold up.
On March 1st, 2006, Jackson died at home in Gary, Indiana, after being stabbed by his girlfriend, Yolanda Davis, following a quarrel. He was 54 years old. Davis later pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter and was sentenced to 2 years in prison for playing with the Jackson.
So he was in the streets.
No, he was arguing with his girl.
Straight goon. He was,
No. He was just arguing with his girl.
He said he was a goon. He's a goon.
Goon for years, okay?
He's a goon.
He was like, he pulled that knife out like, say I ain't a real Jackson again. You like playing with me. You like playing with me in front of company.
Joe Jackson probably approached him and said, let me talk to you, man, for a minute. Listen, your last name is Jackson.
And what about the
Don't be. I heard you tried to say you was a part of us. You ain't a part of us. You play the drums. Play the drums, nigga. Get your ass.
The mob rules.
Play the drums.
Play the drums.
But you need the band. You can't front of the band.
You know, man.
He said, change your last name.
Yo, the drummer, man, he's like, yo, he's ready to knock the drummer out. Play them drums. You know, he was a gangster. You know, Joe Jackson was a gangster from Indiana.
Yes.
He probably put the pistol to him and told him, like, yo, get back there, man.
Oh, man.
Him and Barry Gordy probably walked up to him like, yo, you gonna get back there, man. You ain't gonna tell nobody your name is Jackson either, man. We watching you too at the show.
You on the drums, yo.
It's 5, homie. Don't try to fuck it all up. And,
that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
What your name is and all that.
Don't be trying to say, nah. I mean,
he said it's 5 books. No possible.
It ain't 6.
You got the
well, you know my name is Jackson too. My name is Jackson. We don't care if your name is Jackson.
We're gonna cover the Johnny Jackson story.
Yeah, we gotta get to the
bottom. We're gonna get to the heart of it. We're gonna get to the heart of
it. Yeah.
Where he was raised, who taught him how to play the drums.
I know I'm gonna see some footage of him gooning out, knocking somebody out.
How did he feel being a Jackson and not a Jackson? You know what I'm saying?
Is he still alive?
No, he passed away in 2006.
Damn. Yeah. Johnny Jackson.
Probably got him on the show.
Yeah. He had a beautiful funeral. He had the white kufi on all day. He was real nice.
Oh, so he turned over. Yeah.
I don't know if he's Muslim. I just said white. You know, what I've noticed is because Islam is so popular in Africa. No, hold on. Because Islam is so popular in Africa, sometimes when people have like, you know, black cultural weddings and funerals, it'd be a lot of Islamic things in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it do. Yep.
He in Indiana, he was probably Israelite though. Look,
you're right about that.
It's socialization. It's just based off of where you at. You might have been Israelite.
Yeah, straight up.
8 times out of 10, he probably was an Israelite just because of the location.
Yeah, Indiana.
I heard Jackson then was Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, that's what they grew up.
That's a step away. That's the Israelite starter kit. You start and as a Jehovah's Witness, you're gonna end up as an Israelite.
What's that?
That's how, I mean, if you think about it though, with the Jehovah's Witness, you gotta study, you gotta go door to door, all of that. So you bound to in that space to run into a bunch of Israelites.
They still go door to door. I ain't had a Jehovah's Witness knock on my door in a long time.
Yeah.
When the last time you knocking on the door? When the last time it happened?
Last week.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they ain't playing. They ain't playing.
They don't like
they like, oh, You speak Spanish? Oh, we got somebody for you. They're not playing them games. They got somebody for everybody out there. Like, you speak Turkish? Oh, we'll be back. We'll be back.
I
We
keep
got
it
somebody.
real with y'all. I used to invite the Jehovah's Witnesses in.
See what I mean?
Oh, they coming through the windows.
I used to invite them
They be
in.
kicking that knowledge though.
They stopped knocking on my door after that.
Now you see the progression.
They coming in windows.
They got to study. They got to study every religion to be out there witnessing.
They stopped dealing
They got to
with me.
study every book, all that. They got to
Stop dealing with me.
those people actually study. They got to study. They got to study. They got to research, and then they got to bring their crew out, witness them.
Yeah, that's real.
Back then.
That's real.
But yeah.
I don't know. I used to be asking them questions, and I just noticed later on when I got my hands on lessons, a lot of the questions matched. But I heard that the judge, it was a judge that found them that was taught by Wallace Farr Muhammad. The judge Rutherford, something like that.
Yeah, you talking about
Taze Russell was the founder.
And the Russellites.
Yeah.
He used to call himself the Russellites. Yep.
Watchtower. They wasn't playing.
Woo!
Yeah, so
like when you talk about old school, you got to play old school music.
Okay, no, he was the second one. Look, he came right after Russell. Then he was Judge Rutherford, the second president.
He probably
of
killed
the Incorporated Watchtower Bible and Tract Society.
You know how they get down so right? They probably killed him.
Hey, you know,
They'll be playing out here.
He's around though. You know, I don't want to let y'all know too much, but you know I'm the Black Illuminati. I got a letter actually where Wallace Farr is mentions him.
Break it down. Tell them they got to get the book.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That part. Get the book. Extra secrets. But no, yeah. No, he mentions the brother. But you gotta understand, like, it's a lot of science in there that's kind of like similar when you're dealing with the mathematics of certain things they talk about. But you know, years go by and you gotta kind of lean the sciences towards, you know, the group or the following. You know, that's why the nation got started, because it was like, you know, everybody is hell bent on their way. You feel what I'm saying? So it was more like, okay, you might join this, that, and the other and still know nothing about yourself. So it's just about getting us to wake up to knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I seen y'all out there talking about the tribe of Shabazz. I ain't get no invite. You understand what I'm saying? I seen y'all out there talking about the tribe of Shabazz. I ain't get no invite. You know what I'm saying?
No, I probably hit you up and you was busy or something for sure. Trust me.
No. I'd have dropped everything, talk about the tribe of Shabazz. We was on there talking about Yaqub. Why we talk about the father of the grafted, and we ain't getting to the science of Shabazz.
I mean, everybody in our nation ain't even with Shabazz. Some be talking Jabbar and all that, you know. So I didn't know that you wanted to go there. You know what I'm
saying? We do it all. We do it all.
Yes, sir.
We do it all.
Yo, no one touched on that. That's heavy.
I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I'm newer to the game. I ain't met no new Shabazzes, and the dudes be pressing me about even having students with the name Shabazz. They be like, "What? You pushing that Shabazz stuff?" I'd be like, "Huh?" Like, I learned about Shabazz from the guys. Like, okay, all right, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's a different era out here now. You talk about Don't Born and the math, and I don't know. It's a lot of
that stuff been going on for 40 years. It's always somebody that come with something.
Yeah,
some sort of thing back and forth. But you know, we're built on that on your channel. I don't want to take up.
I mean, we just building. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, no, different ciphers got different ways, but I'm just saying, out of respect for the nation, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I ask people where they coming with that, because I don't know. Some dudes take that seriously. They be like, I ain't no, don't Shabazz me. I ain't 50. They tell me I don't agree. That ain't part of the 120. I go, all right, well, you know, that's
it's like the plus
where you want to go with it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
Well, I mean, it's a plus as far as the name and that the Shabazz plus degree. But if you think about it, that's what they talk about when it says, why is the devil call our people Africans? You know what I'm saying? It's giving you the science of the difference of just of knowing exactly who you are, the tribe, and the history, or just throwing it under, you know, one umbrella colloquial term and not really delving into it. So this was our delving into it. I mean, for me, I'm scientific. I don't really care about following nothing. So I went into the years that he's talking about with the hair texture, and it was all shown and proven. You feel what I'm saying? For me. So, you know I got that type of hair. I come from people with that type of nose, so I need to know about it.
What was you reading that from, Craig?
I didn't read that from nowhere. I got that from Elijah Muhammad. Really Farrakhan where I first heard it. The Elijah Muhammad. Well, no, you know what? I take that back. I'm lying. No, I'm lying. I first read about the Shabazz in the autobiography of Malcolm X. That is where I first read about it.
No, you right exactly about that.
That's where I first read about it.
There's nothing wrong. Ah, man, I want to add on to what you're saying. It's not hitting me right now. Call me, man. I got a bill for you for that. But I just don't have it.
Theology Atomic.
I want to add on to what you're saying, but I just don't have it. But you on point though. Keep on building, God. I mean, brother, keep on building.
So I was saying that's where I first read about it. After that, I might have heard it and seen it a lot, because for me growing up, Shabazz had nothing to do with a belief or a history or a religion. It had to do with like culture. It was a black thing. Like you heard that Malcolm X family name was Shabazz. You saw the dude up the street that sell newspapers that dress nice. His name is Shabazz. When you get them bomb ass sweet potato pies and the bean pies that say Shabazz on there, you knew if you had a cousin or somebody that's at the Shabazz bakery, so they down with the Muslims. That's what I knew it as. I didn't know it as being nothing, no Middle East, no religion, none of that. I just knew it was a prestigious name amongst our people. And I mean, you was probably connected with the Muslims, or you was connected with them guys. I didn't really understand what it was. So, autobiography of Malcolm X, I'm already like a teenager. I didn't even really want to read it. My dad was forcing it on me. I didn't even read the whole thing. I remember just reading it saying, oh, same old story, us getting picked on, victims, this, that, and the other. And when I got to those parts, when you start talking about what Elijah was teaching them, I guess it was destined for me to be what I am now, because it's them parts sparked me like, whoa, why is it hitting me like this? It didn't feel like new information. It felt like it was tapping into something. I'm like, why is this like this? And it was only them parts, like the whole book. I read the whole book, but them two, he only has two parts like that. I remember it clearly. It's the part where he says the Yaqub breakdown. It's the part where he got the Shabazz breakdown. It's not even a full breakdown, but it's just like a quick little run through. I'm like, damn. And then I read about it again, incarcerated, reading the Message to the Black Man. Right now, once I joined the 5%, and they're like, we don't deal with that. For me, it became more about once I had students. It ain't about trying to follow what everybody else going to do. If I'm going to deprive them of that information and tell them, oh, no, I'm not teaching about Al-Jabbar. We don't do that. I mean, my bad. I'm not teaching about Shabazz. We don't do that. So I'll never forget the first person I actually gave the name to. He was so proud, and he was walking around in one of the brothers in the Ummah, because this was a brother I still have, he still went to Juma and all that. One of the brothers in Ummah was trying to be funny. He was like, oh, that's not an Arabic name. And I'm like, okay, and I knew what it was or whatever, because I didn't understand that. I'm like, well, I've seen in Islam, you got people with different type of names, even certain things that are considered Islamic, like Shah, whatever, those are Persian, it's cultural, right? But as I continued to study and not just accept it on face value and say, okay, well, I need to show and prove that name's right and exact. If not, then we're going to change. And it came back to me that it was translated over and over. You have Sheba in the Bible, you have Saba in the Quran, you have Shabazz in Persian, which is Farsi, and then you have that amalgam, I forgot the proper term, but it's twisted in Africa as Habisha, which is where you get Abyssinia from, the Abyssinians. So this is extremely real. They fit the whole entire description. They even have people that fit the description across the water in Saba that look exactly like them but have different texture hair, Somalia, all that. So even if you don't rock with it verbatim, you're basically, and this is a fact, you're basically ignoring certain traits we have as people descended from that. You're just saying, to hell with that, you know, I want to be with everybody. But if you willing to look in the mirror and say, okay, I have different type of hair, and people like me, whether you have the nose or lips or not, people like me do tend to have different things. You want to know something about it. If you take what he's saying and run it through, not just run it through what the scientists say. They say we came from apes. We just came. No. Run it through what he's saying. The type of man that it was first, how they look, where to look and find those type of people that look like that, and where to look down and see where the people look exactly like them, but have different texture hair. It's in East Africa. And as you go further west and further south, the features change. Am I lying? Like the further south and further west you go, the features change. But in North, in East Africa, they have the Berber look. It's a dark people with pointy nose, not as thick lips, and the hair is a little different. You feel what I'm saying? You can see the transition in it. Whereas Bond, you can see the transition in the human beings exactly where he tells you to look. You see that same thing in South Arabia and in South India, amongst the Tamil Nadu. Super dark. Like, we talking all that black stuff about Africa. We ain't got nothing on South India. We actually an array of colors in Africa. South India, they're black. Like pitch black, like tar, with just straight with hair.
Diversity.
Yeah, that's you're dealing with the Indus Valley, Indus River, like all of that connectivity. So it's all connected.
See, if you go biblically, right? Because in the Blue Bible, I say, okay, it's their biblical name. You would go with Sheba, but if you notice, Sheba's not throughout the book. It's kind of like when somebody pops up or whatever. They call them the Sabians, right? But each title's used. Their royal title, which is used in the beginning before there's any royalty, and it's just saying the rivers and all that, is Cush. That's important because they go like he said, where it's the same. You'll see in ancient South India, you'll see Cush and Naga. This is something you see in East Africa as well. Specifically like Sudan, where Nubia was. And what's crazy is Sudan is so important to the conversation because right underneath Sudan, everybody look like a million colors, like the rainbow. Right above Sudan is mixed up, more light though. But in Sudan, for reasons we can get into, but in Sudan, they still pitch black to this day. Pitch black like tar. You see what I'm saying? So it proves that there's a people that's just kind of not talked about. Untouchable, unspeakable.
You saying the Kushites?
The Kushites, bro. Where Nimrod come from. Yeah, the big op, right? Like they want us to not mess with nothing coming from the Kushites. Yeah. No, as I study history, I started realizing I said anything dealing with the Kushites, they don't mess with it, bro. They try to teach you to go anti. Even the people that are Kushites, whenever they join any religion, you'll watch what they do after. They come back and slaughter their people sick. Every year, a lot of organized groups go against. I'll tell you this though, and this ain't me trying to be because I got a turban on. In my history, in my study so far, the fairest to the original people in East Africa amongst the Kushites was the Muslims. Like Ahmad Gran had 3/4 or maybe 2/3 of the Horn of Africa converted to Islam when he was fighting against Ethiopian Christians who was running everything and enslaving everybody. They had the Knights Templar come join them. It's a fact. Look it up. The Gamo. That's the dude's name. The Gamo comes and joins them. I want to say it was Vasco da Gama or his son. So he comes and he joins in and they help them fight against the people.
Yeah, Bawa Muad'Din.
Yeah.
Probably country
my
was
shit.
Somebody told me exactly. Right. I'm trying to cut you, my brother.
No. A1. I'm just rambling on about like I said, the Kushites, super duper.
You see the language of the people because you see the language, the familiar language. So when you chart in the tribes of the people, everybody speaking that same language, you can still find it. You can find Swahili, and Swahili is that amalgamation where all of these other languages familiarly come from. So you hear Arabic, you hear some Hebrew, you hear some Spanish, you hear some French, all of it from that same family of language. And then you look at the people, it's the same in regards to the people. So if you speak in the French, you got the western part of Africa. And if you speak in like the Spanish Arabic, you got the eastern part. You see what I'm saying? So like northern, eastern, northern, western, all of them have a connectivity in regards to what these languages are. So you could find the family, you could chart the family languages through there and all of the derivatives. So if you, even when you said Saba, like Saba being 7 in Kiswahili, you see what I'm saying? So when you start looking through the family of the languages, you can find it. You go through Tanzania and all those places, they're multilingual. So you can see that they speak Arabic. You can see that they speak Swahili. You see what I'm saying? Like they're multilingual in these facets based off of their location and who they got to do trade with. You see what I'm saying?
You see, I'm glad you said trade with, because that's what a lot of this boils down to, actual lifestyles. And the Sabians were very big on trade. They were some of the biggest traders in the world, like based on their position in the earth between what we now call Asia, Europe, and Africa, and based on the fact that they're right there on the equator, they could kind of go through all them lands. So that means, like he said, they would have access to more languages, more histories, more culture, more just different artifacts and you know, just a little bit of everything, man. There would be a big amalgamation. That's why Habashi, as they go by, is a very mixed people. You know,
right? That's Nipsey Hussle people. That's Selassie people. You start looking at those kind of people when you see what's now is known as Eritrea in Ethiopia. You know, you see that same nation split. So you got the Christians over here and the Eritreans. You got the Muslims over there. You see what I'm saying? So back to even the Sabians that you're talking about. The Muslims pray 5 times a day. How many times a day did the Sabians pray? 7.
7 times.
You see what I'm saying? So even down to who the people was, their acculturation is based off of that connection to the language. You know what I mean? So that's that the same. So it's ill how it, you know, kind of break down.
No, 100%. I even heard that Muslims pray 5 times a day, and you have an option to do 2 at night or something. So it's like it could still be 7. Like, so it get literal like that. And that's the cold part about it, is when it get literal like that. Like even with the N-word, when it's going to the Habashi king, it's not about so much saying, oh, let's use it. It's about just realizing that, damn, they didn't leave no stone unturned. Like, we so deeply ingrained that even that would make us be like, what? Oh, I don't want to accept it as being some, you get what I'm saying? Like, not saying let's say it all day. I'm saying like to even accept that understanding of it and not accept that, okay, a devil is in their nature, meaning that they'll take a word and make it dirty. You feel what I'm saying? That doesn't mean it's not dirty, because now we've done a bunch of this dirty stuff in the name of it. But it just goes to show that we'll put an energy behind it that is devil for sure. We'll graft it from its original meaning into a dirty, nasty meaning. Feel me?
That's it. That's the grafting process right there.
Separated from its original.
And it took 6,000 years, right? So even if you look at the part of 600 years, if you look at 600 years, it took God in the flesh to now they're on demon time, same place.
Exactly.
Grafting process right there, separating it from its original, making it weak and wicked. You understand what I'm saying? So now you look at the devil's civilization and you see it present. That's a mental, emotional, and spiritual grafting process. So now you don't even want to be connected to this source now. You don't want to call it by its name. So now when you associate it with it, you look at it, you like, I don't want nothing to do with that. Because now you see it. Now it's being used to shield its own dirty religion. So now you're looking at that. You're seeing the poor part. The poor part is being propagated in society as the best part. And the best part is being propagated in society as the poor part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the bad part. That part.
The cold part. The cold part.
You
The
know what I'm
Iceman
saying?
inheritance. Right?
That's the part.
That's the cold part.
That's the part of all the parts.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
So I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I mean, I'm looking forward to Monday because when she kept talking about trafficking, all I kept thinking about was Diddy. I said, man, they got it in my mind now. You know what I'm saying?
And that's all it needs to be. An inter-orientation.
Yeah.
Man, look, bro.
You could, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Please go ahead.
You could, like I said before, man, you could do whatever you got to do for destroy evils. And what I mean by that is like you could do whatever you want to do with them, but you got to pay a price if you don't do everything. And the kingdom, your kingdom that you built, it goes all the way down. You know what I'm saying? It's like that was a big empire, but they let you know. Like I said, why would the king of pop have to say they don't care about us? Why? They let you know. That's why you gotta.
All he really wanted to say, right? That's it. That's all I want to say. If you don't remember anything that I said from anything else, know that I said this right here.
Yeah, like he could drop. That's a mic drop. No pun intended. But it's like for real. and
no, for real.
You gotta look at it like that. You remember? Do you remember Casino?
Yeah, the movie.
Okay. Remember when Weinstein said, "You didn't come to my party and I didn't comp you"?
Sam Ronstein.
Yeah, Ronstein. Remember he said, "You didn't come to my party and I didn't comp you"? You wasn't there. Remember he was in court and they were all fronting on him.
It's always a party, you know.
Yeah.
It's always a party.
He said, "I comped you many nights," and they would take off their hats.
Right.
You notice that's what the devil will do. The devil always has like an extravagant event.
But the story is played out. Yeah. It's laid out.
That's how the devil
showing you the fall guy. You have to be a fall guy. It has to be a fall guy.
This how deep you get.
And what did the family say real quick before you come in? The family said, "Look at him. I told you he was gonna go on TV. Told you he was gonna look. I told you, look at him. Yo,
the scene. The one scene with the bosses.
Because he didn't want to go down like that. He was throwing.
He was like, yo, man, you always on a motherfucking TV.
Yeah.
The Italians like, yo, man, you gotta shut that down.
Yeah, shut him down.
We don't need him on TV.
The fame that they gave, right.
He was doing too much. The Italians didn't like that. And they say, yo, you can go on TV, but you can't do too much. I don't know. Go ahead.
Okay, someone just
he was feeling himself. I remember that.
Yeah, you remember that scene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There was a few scenes. That was the whole theme. Like towards he was on that TV show.
And you were in the Mecca of party. So that's Vegas. Big Solo Gyms.
But one thing about power corrupts. So remember the leader of the Teamsters, what was his name? Jimmy Hoffa. Yeah, remember he wouldn't stop, he wouldn't shut up. They kept telling him to be quiet. Next thing you know, he disappeared.
Right.
They still ain't found him.
Well, Hank said the solution. He asked the solution. So we can go around
the mafia?
I guess he wants to. Let me see, Michael Sullivan. What's the solution to what? You have to make yourself more clear, Hank. So all this time, all my life, we've been knowing or trying to know each other. Well, that's the travel. That's the journey. That's a beautiful part of life. They said it's not actually getting to the destination of the trip. It's actually
it's the trip itself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the journey, the shortest journey.
But you gotta keep getting to know people because people change. So that's the beauty of that too. You know,
that's right.
People grow, people change. Some people turn bad. You know, you just learn life through them.
Jesus, I want that breakdown on your channel. You said MLK had a ghostwriter. You dropped. You dropped that C. You dropped the C.
That wasn't on my channel. That was here. They said don't do that here.
Yeah, I know what you said. I said I want the breakdown. That's what I'm saying. I heard
Oh, on my channel. Okay.
Yeah, I need the breakdown. The way you
like Tupac said, say his name. Say his name.
Really say his name. He's a great writer, and he was an orientator.
Huh?
Dr. King, Malcolm X, well, all of them were good orientators. They knew how to speak.
No, Malcolm X was really saying that. You could
no,
tell.
he was sound. He was, but you have to understand, he had a journey to him going to Mecca. That all of that goes inside the orientation.
Man, listen, bro. No, I hate when niggas. No, I ain't say nothing about Mecca. I said Martin Luther King had a ghostwriter. That ain't got nothing to do with Mecca.
Yeah, so that means that that means that someone wrote his speeches and he was a good speaker.
Yeah, why you dragging Malcolm X in this? Nobody write his speech.
Because Malcolm, somebody else brought in Malcolm X, and I said, "Yo, he did a little bit different stuff than Dr. King, because it was Islamic."
I'm saying he didn't have no ghostwriter. Malcolm X didn't have a ghostwriter.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
he didn't.
Yeah.
But it's different. That's why I said it was different.
Martin had a ghostwriter.
Yeah, I mean, I can see.
I'm trying to respect Killah and not put too much on Martin on here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back up off of it. But he had a ghostwriter.
All I said, I wanted to hear it. I know you're going to.
He Drake, and Malcolm X is Kendrick. Put it like that. Martin Luther King is Drake. He got more hits. He more famous. His shit sound good. All that, you can dance to it. All that, you got a dream and all that. But if you want to get off that dream and come to reality, turn this Malcolm X Muslim Salama Lama slap your mama on. That part, gangster shit. The real.
Wow. I did not know that was Knowledge 107. Peace. Shout out to Knowledge 107 too. So you said that he had a ghostwriter?
Yes, sir.
So he didn't write the dream, yo?
I'll give you the story. I would do it. You know what I'm saying?
I know he didn't write the dreams. That was
no.
Not only did he not write it, I mean, I don't think it's gonna make sense if I don't give you background. It's just gonna sound like some Illuminati, theory talk, conspiracy theory. Okay.
Yeah, I believe that he thought
Martin Luther King. No. You keep asking questions. We just gonna give it to you, man. So listen, Martin Luther King not only went to college, was part of fraternities and all of that. He was a well-connected preacher. Okay. One of the hottest coming out of Atlanta. And just like
you from Atlanta?
For sure. Hell yeah, Atlanta, Georgia, in the house.
Yeah, he died in Tennessee, actually.
See, I know that's why I know something about Martin Luther King. I even know the little story they got. They talk about when he was a kid, he had a white friend, and the white kid's parents didn't want him playing with him no more. He didn't understand why. He went to his father. He actually was a well-to-do kid. He didn't go through the black struggles that he's talking about. He came from a middle-class suburb. He's Martin Luther King Jr. His dad was well-known. He was a well-known preacher. He's actually named after a very prestigious preacher in history, Martin Luther, one of the people that started the not Protestant. What's it called? What's before Protestant though? It's another word. The
Pentecostal.
Not Pentecostal. No, he's Lutheran. Yeah, Lutheran. They're called the what's it called before you protest? Because Protestants is after protest. They're called to something, but they're complaining about. Luther is the one that nailed. He went to the Pope's. You don't mess with the Pope back then. He went to the Pope's castle and nailed to his door the request they had. Like, bro, you over here charging. You talking about pay you extra money. You get to go to heaven. Jesus told you that. You ain't playing with that. That's Martin Luther.
I want to add on to what you were saying, Crip, man. Martin Luther at that time was around the 1500s, right?
Yes, up in there, yeah.
Martin Luther, just to add on to what the brother is saying, he issued the Bible to be translated into English.
No, Martin Luther. No, that's later.
Was it him or the other guy?
You talking about John Wycliffe?
John Wycliffe.
Yeah.
Okay, Martin Luther was the one who actually did it, right?
No, John Wycliffe did it.
John Wycliffe did it. He was burnt at a stake for that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he was for translating into English. Martin Luther came along, and he was the one that kind of like spawned his own organization.
Yeah, he was after John Wycliffe, I believe.
Yeah.
So
John Wycliffe.
It was like John Wycliffe sparked it by translating it into English, because the big secret that nobody talks about, everybody talks about Christianity this and Christianity that and Christianity this and the Bible this and the Bible that. They didn't even allow you to read the Bible at first.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they can lie to you and say, take this name, it's a Christian name, Francisco. Ain't nowhere in the Bible say Francisco.
Say no first in Latin.
Okay. They tell you, take this name, it's a Christian name. Johnny come lately. No, I guess that's John. But this English got a lot more Bible names. You notice that. But just I don't know why my brain keeps going to Bible names, but they just would hit you with all these names that don't got nothing to do with the Bible. You feel what I'm saying? They tell you that they're Christian names. But the reason why it sounds funny to us is, the reason it sounds funny to us is because we grew up hearing the Bible. As much as we sit up here and talk esoteric, the reason why we go, ooh, and nigga break down Moses or any of them names, because we grew up hearing the Bible. You feel what I'm saying? Like now that I'm kind of into Islam, I say certain names to other brothers that's in Islam, they'll go, ooh, or how you break that down. But somebody that's not into that cipher don't know what the hell we even talking about. So when you say some Jesus, even if you put the G as us, and then, that's deep. The only reason he's saying, ooh, that's deep is because he grew up hearing Jesus. So it sounds deep to him. If he never heard that word in his life, and he was from another country, another culture, he'd be like, huh? You see what I'm saying? So what you realize is him putting it into English opened the door for everybody, because English was an amalgamation of all the different European languages, and he released it to the public. They didn't even have the machines to do that type of stuff before, to print a bunch of books out and just release it all in English. So this was a real big time in European history. And hell yeah, they killed them and hung him at the stake for that. Because think about it like this. Back then, when nobody could read the book, you just even knowing the book made you powerful. You feel what I'm saying? You even knowing them stories was like, damn, he's the one that knows all about the Bible.
Where the Knight Templars coming at?
No, they're elite. They had access to reading. You see what I'm saying? The elite had access. You know what I mean? You get to go to private school. You might even bought one for, $1,000 or something. I don't know. But I'm saying, like, it wasn't mass produced, a bunch of copies of the Bible all over the place. It wasn't like that at first.
And most of them was illiterate, so they didn't know what they was reading anyway.
Thank you. Exactly. It's like
80% of that population was illiterate.
Couldn't even read it. You just had it sitting there like, yeah, you don't know what this is, little nigga. You know what I'm saying? It was like that. You flossed it like a Cadillac or some chain. It was like you put the Bible on the chain, just hanging from your neck, like you got this. You know
if you go to rich people's house, you see the stuff they got, right? They have stuff on their walls and all that. It's the same thing. That's what the Bible was. It was a novelty. It's like, oh yeah, I have that. That's all it was. It was a thing for you to say, I have it. You know what I'm saying? Like you was talking about the Coochie sweaters and all that stuff earlier. I think folks have stuff like collector's items. People have stuff to show that they well-to-do. So it was like a piece of art. It wasn't nothing that they was reading. Somebody would have to read it to them, because even though they was wealthy, that don't mean that they could read.
See, God, that's why the lessons is so controversial. Because even in the why, I talk to dudes all the time, right? And a lot of people, I think Nas Born can vouch for me on this. A lot of people skip that part. That's student enrollment. But a lot of people ain't got time to be trying to figure out why they say Christianity ain't number 551 years old. But what you'll realize real quick is that prior to this Bible thing going on, there's no Christianity. There's Christians. There's Christendom. But there's nothing called Christianity. There's nothing where a bunch of people come together and read the Bible and stand on principles based on the Bible. No, that didn't exist prior to that, because no one was allowed to even read it. It was really some mid-age, crazy dude riding up with a mace and a sword and a bat saying, Jesus said, just beating your ass, talking about Jesus said, and showing you some pictures of Adam and Eve in the woods somewhere. Said, and this is the story. It was taught off pictures. I'm giving you the raw, uncut, true history. It was taught off pictures.
That's what they did.
It was taught off pictures. It was taught off pictures.
Right.
There was no Christianity prior to John Wycliffe. It was taught off pictures, and they was Catholics.
It wasn't no recitation like you hear the Quran and the Torah, right? The Christian era was.
They had prayers.
Belief. It was all based.
They had prayers though. They had Latin prayers.
They had prayers in Latin and stuff like that. And they had songs. They had different things but it wasn't like the Israelites and the Muslims. So it was different.
and it was in this monarchy. They switched from
exactly.
Catholicism
I
so
like
they could
that.
get so they could get divorced, because you can't get
Exactly.
divorced as a Catholic. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So like if you married a Ugg mug, you had to roll with that Ugg mug till they died. You see what I'm saying? So the monarchs accepted the Protestants in the Reformation period, so they could change the law and they could do the law how they see fit.
Well,
now you said it, bro. Hold on, y'all. You finally said it. Reformation. That's what Martin Luther started. He started the Reformation, and then there was the other cat. His name ain't hit me right off top. That started the Protestant movement. That was the difference. Right. Martin Luther kicked off the Reform. The Reformation is before the Protestant movement, which is very big for us in North America, because we're so brainwashed in North America. Most North Americans think Protestantism is Christianity. They feel like Catholicism is the other, and they don't understand like that's the big dog, and y'all the little dog.
See,
that big organizations out here.
They went and they left Germany and they infiltrated into England and changed their name. They changed their names. So they did some chameleon stuff. They went from the Saxon Goldberg and Gotha to Windsor. You know what I'm saying? True Master did a whole breakdown. He did like a 3-hour breakdown on that joint right there when he came to Germany. Like the ability for, if you knew the names of some of these people that's actors and actresses and their families, what their real names was, you would know that they could change their name. They're allowed to do it. So this is why they have the, like, if you hear like a word like a Gentile, you see what I'm saying? They can fool you, they can trick you, they can lie to you, and they can mask their names. They can change their name into anything they wanted it to be, but they still had to maintain whatever their religion was. So they went from Germany and into England, and they changed their name into Windsor. So if you look at the Windsor, they got Windsor not tie and all that stuff. Like they went and infiltrated the married wives of Windsor. Like you go do your research, you see where they came from. So it went from Weishaupt. Y'all remember Adam Weishaupt? It went from Weishaupt in that space over there into England, and they changed their name into England, and then you start seeing these things spread all over. So they was here too. The family names, they like when you start looking at these family names and see who some of these people are, you look at Hollywood and see who these folks are. All of these folks over time change their name. They change their name into something different to make it sound like it wasn't. That's why they call your last name your given name. So they give you a Christian name, like Crip Jesus is breaking down, and then your last name is a given name because they can change your name at any time. You see what I'm saying? So we going back and forth in the space of identity, trying to find, who we are. Would you go back to the names will tell you.
So that's a very good segue back to Martin Luther King. I ain't leaving him alone. Y'all thought we left him alone. Let me bring that nigga back here. Let me finish. So his name was Michael Luther Jr.
Get out of here. Same as Michael Jackson?
The same as Michael Jackson. Dropped a bomb.
We ain't got the bombs, but yeah.
Boom, boom.
His name was Michael Luther Jr. Luther King Jr. And he changed it to Martin Luther King Jr. to have that ring to it and have that lock in. Okay. Right. Now after
he went overseas and they taught him, and him and his father, his whole family come from the whole thing, and it was a name of charisma. You see what I'm saying? I was talking about, pardon me, Lord.
No, like, go ahead.
It was talking about things, and I could show it in no limited time. There's 4 people that got the same speech giving pattern in history. They're identical. Adolf Hitler, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., FDR, and Barack Obama. Same speech giving, speaking style. Identical. So if you hear him talk, you hear Martin Luther King. Look, FDR was able to speak, and he couldn't stand. He couldn't physically stand up. They had to build a device to strap him to the chair in the middle of a world war for him to look like a president. Like he had polio. So he couldn't stand. So they had him like this, standing up. But his voice, his oratory voice, was a thing that allowed him to be able to speak in the way that he did. That was mesmerizing to rally the troops to continue to fight. You go
Hold on, man. No, listen. The people hear us talking. They just think we some deep dudes that probably light sage up and got incense and smoke weed. Let's get in this. Why Martin Luther King Jr.'s father changed their names, not his name, their name.
Yeah, right. That's what I said.
Written by Nancy Clanton. No, like he said, I'm confirming. A trip to Germany played a prominent role in the Atlanta minister's decision to adapt the name. This story was originally published in 2020 for our complete Black history coverage. Click here. When he was born, January 15, 1929, Martin Luther King Jr.'s name was Michael. It's the name originally on his birth certificate. He was named after his father, the Reverend Michael King, who was senior pastor at the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta. In 1934, Ebenezer sent Daddy King to Europe for a Baptist World Alliance meeting. High-level Mason type shit. Although the meeting was in Berlin, King traveled to Rome, Tunisia, Egypt, Jerusalem, and Bethlehem first, and saw all the Muslims there and still stayed Christian. While in Berlin, I'm just playing, y'all, the senior king witnessed the beginnings of Nazi Germany. Adolf Hitler had become chancellor the year before King's arrival. This Congress deplores and condemns as a violation of the law of God, the Heavenly Father, all racial animosity and every form of oppression or unfair discrimination towards Jews, toward colored people, or towards subject races in any part of the world. The Baptists responded. King toured much of Germany, the country that is the birthplace of Martin Luther, and the Protestant Reformation, which led to a split with the Catholic Church. When he returned to Atlanta, the senior king decided to change his name and his son's name from Michael to Martin Luther. So they both became Martin Luther at the same time. That's
exactly.
You
now you heard you heard.
No, I think they was told to do that and given that bag and sent back here with they Ghost Riders. Why KP running from this? Why he gone all of a sudden when the Ghost Rider part coming?
Look,
no,
right here. All right, cool.
That's the funny part. You see, his daddy heard who speak?
Yo,
who his daddy heard speak? Read that part again.
You like a gunslinger. You like a cowboy. You like bang. I got you. It's like, hey, you running off for? Ain't nobody running.
What did his daddy hear speak? That's important. Like I'm not making it up. He heard.
No, he's not. I'm not saying he's not. That's why I didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you don't hear me speak, that means you telling the truth.
Look, when he returned to
Russell
Atlanta,
sit back like this. I'm like, okay, he got something. He's telling the truth.
When he returned to Atlanta, the senior king decided to change his name and his son.
You know he on point.
From Michael to Martin Luther after the German Protestant. And he said it. I just came back to that.
No, it's not. No, you read what he said.
See, when he said that, I said, "Oh, perfect segue back to Mike, Martin Michael, whatever his name is." Thus, we can see that Berlin was partly responsible for Martin Luther King Jr. becoming the man we celebrate today. That is why King Jr.'s birth certificate, filed with the Georgia Department of Public Health Bureau of Vital Statistics, was altered on July 23rd, 1957, when he was 28 years old. 28 years old. Michael was crossed out, and Martin Luther Jr. is printed next to it. Come on.
Hey, the king, yo.
King Jr.'s birth certificate, filed with the Georgia Department of Public Health Bureau of Vital Statistics, was altered on July 3rd, 1957, when he was 28 years old. Michael was crossed out, and Martin Luther Jr. is printed next to it. Not even King Jr., Martin Luther Jr. He said, "I'm the real Martin Luther. They can't stop me. I'm the white Martin Luther resurrected in the flesh." Yes.
No. That's what he said.
I had that in there for the
between Martin Luther and Gandhi. Look at the whole thing. It's all together.
I ain't throw Gandhi there. I listen.
But Gandhi was Martin Luther King's hero, wasn't he? He derived his whole thing from Gandhi.
His whole thing from Gandhi.
He learned the game from a hustler. That's the other part. So you got a man whose father learned from a man who was able to inspire a world war to happen and for him to almost take over the world in 10 years. So his speaking style was something to be studied, to be crafted.
Right.
So you think about a man who was a straight up a crook and a goon, playing the world like it was peace, like he was all about peace. You understand what I'm saying? This dude
but here's
so you get both of the worlds together.
Here's where the bomb drops. It's not about his name being changed. It's not about who he tied to, because that would just be pseudo. That would just be us reaching. Where the bomb drops is this: when he was the hottest artist coming out of hottest preacher coming out of Atlanta.
He was laying that hot fire.
Yeah, he was laying that hot fire. They was like,
I need a dream
over here. Right? Yeah. Man, before the dream.
I had a dream.
No, y'all keep going there.
That was his first dream.
This is when he just dropping underground mixtapes. Martin Luther on the come up. This is when he was still Michael, 25, 26. When he came back from Germany, he had that deal all of a sudden. He came back and changed their name.
That's my next question then. Who wrote the dream?
About to get there, bro. So now he's Martin Luther. Now he got the deal. That was part of the deal. You got to change the name. So now he got the deal, right? So it wasn't working like they thought. He's not who y'all think. It wasn't working like they thought. They like, man, what's up? We signed you. We gave you the name. We gave you a little bag. All that was going on.
Well, at least he didn't have to go to the Diddy party.
I ain't say he was the Diddy party. I don't think he was the Diddy party. Okay, so he doing different meetings. They're not going as good. Now they rewrote the history. Now they make it like it all went good. But you remember at first he was getting rock thrown at him, going to jail, all this different stuff. So this is when he started getting hot. They put him and 5 other Negro Christian leaders together. It's called the Big Six.
Big Six.
It's called the Big Six.
He said the Big Six.
The Big Six. Malcolm X talks all about this, and you can Google it. You can Google it.
No, I'm not saying that. I know we agree. Hold on. We ain't disagreeing with you.
No, I'm not saying you disagree with me. I'm just letting the crowd know.
I don't know.
MLK had way more speeches than I Have a Dream. His most important one was the Vietnam War. Did he write that?
Okay, so I'm not saying I know who wrote any of them. I'm saying once he became Big Six, what comes with Big Six is ghostwriters and people to approve the speeches once you do them. And we have to rewrite them before you speak them. We're not giving you all this money and you just do what you want. You're not even dressing how you want. Right. We will be approving all of this. We're going to make you a superstar. We're going to tell you how to put your arm. We're going to tell you to project your voice. You're going to have the same talking style that's been mastered by us that we only give to a selective chosen few. You feel what I'm saying? You are part of the Big Six, and you are the biggest person out the Big Six. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just how that went. So the Big Six was actually started because of the March on Washington. So it was way late in the game. I'm not saying they wrote everything for him. You feel what I'm saying? But later on in the game,
he was there. He was part of it.
I don't know about it.
He was.
It's real deep with him. He was like a Jackson. You got when you see that name Jackson, you gotta watch out, bro. That's when it gets deep.
Like, what was it? Joe
you
Jackson?
Can't name no Jackson that it ain't super deep. Andrew Jackson, Michael Jackson,
was he the drummer? Andrew Jackson was like the drummer.
No, Andrew Jackson was the president. That all them damn Indians.
Talking about Andrew Jackson, nigga.
All Jacksons is like
I didn't know. I didn't remember the name. I never heard
of about any Jackson. No, I'm just agreeing that any Jackson will get a little deep.
I'm sorry.
No, he good. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
When you look up the family lines.
Sorry.
Oh, you ready to get into that? Y'all ready for that? Y'all ready for that? I don't think y'all ready for that.
Michael,
talking about that record deal. He got
back to the record deal. My bad. Okay, back to the record deal. So the Kennedy set this up as the civil rights. Let me see what this is called. Negro Rights Kennedy Big Six. Philip Randolph, Whitney Young, James Farmer, Martin Luther King Jr., and John Lewis.
That's the clique.
That's the Big Six, baby.
That's the clique right there.
Now they were part of what's called the top 10. The top 10 leaders of the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom: Philip Randolph, Eugene Carson Blake, John Lewis, Walter Reuther, James Farmer, Whitney Young, Matthew Ahman, Roy Wilkins, Rabbi Joaquin Prince, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr.
See how them names change up a little bit. You start get down up in there, okay? Because they come from the NAACP. The NAACP ain't had no black folks in charge for like the first 50 years of its existence. So this is the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. And if you know the lessons, you know who the colored man is. Mm-hmm. So that's who was controlling the organizations. This is who's controlling the finances. This is who controlled who was in front of you as a leader through finance and fear tactic. So they're controlling the underworld and the overworld at the same time. So wherever your vice is, so you out there with casinos and prohibition and all of these other things, they're controlling that, and then they're controlling the court system to tell you what a crime is. It's like, so you're in fraction. So all this stuff working at the same time, it's a racket all the way around.
Hold on, I want to, no doubt, Naphtali want to come in, but she ain't in the mood to argue. Could we deal with some decorum and let the sister come on in and build?
Okay, so let me just drop this before she just walks off. Here we go later. About 2 months before the march, the Big Six broadened their organizing coalition by bringing on board 4 white men.
Naphtali, you good if you go. Go ahead.
Look, this is how the Big Six became the Big 10. Y'all ready for this? This is the remix on top of the remix. I don't think y'all ready for this. This is what Dr. Dre and them became Eminem and them. Okay. They brought on 4 white men to support their efforts, named Walter Reuther, president of the United Automobile Workers, Eugene Carson Blake, former president of the National Council of Churches, Matthew Achman, the National Catholic Conference for Interracial Justice, and Joaquin Prince, president of American Jewish Congress. Together, the Big Six, president of American Jewish Congress, Joaquin Prince. Together, the Big Six plus the 4 newcomers became the Big 10.
The 4 newcomers, like they what? They just named.
They go the 4 Ghost Riders. The 4 Ghost Riders now.
Hold on. It's like.
Kirk did that?
No. That was wrong.
Got the vibe on him.
Like, why you do that?
Ballad of the Bullet. What the Ballad of the Bullet going on here? Wait a minute. Wow, yo, that's crazy.
Hey, I don't like to talk about it neither because they want to hang you.
No, we have to at some point. I mean, elders grow so we can stand on their shoulders and see further than them. So
no, that's what I say. When you look at how they do them at the end, it just goes to show you that even when you try to cooperate, because I don't think he was no buster or nothing. I just think he saw it through his lens, bro. I was taught that when light comes through a church glass, it comes through many different colors. You got your different parts of the window. So through his lens and how he was raised in Christendom and went to Germany, that was prestigious for him. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think he really. He said it though. Once he started getting into it, he said, "Man, I feel like I'm integrating into a burning house." Right? And then he said,
"Good night to all the Muslims." Huh?
Did he say he feel like I'm integrating into a burning house when he started right before they chipped him? So
yeah, but I thought that was his comeback. That he was.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. They chipped him. So
after he met with Elijah Muhammad, he started seeing things different. But before that, if you read those letters from prison, he was basically like, "Yo, y'all straight up left me."
Mm-hmm.
Y'all straight up left me. So he had time to write them letters from prison, and he was calling all of the people where he was getting the bag from, like, "Yo, y'all just left me out to dry. Y'all left me out."
Where my Ghost Riders at? Why y'all acting like that?
Read the letters from prison. I'm telling you, like, so when he wrote that speech, "Why I'm opposed to the Vietnam War," they took an ad out in the paper and said Dr. King has outlived his usefulness. It was a wrap. It was over with. So if y'all read the other speech or listen to the other speech, Been to the Mountaintop, he talks about all of that. He talks about all of that. And this is April the 3rd, 1968. He knows he's going to die the next day. He named the people that's complicit because they don't never get rid of you without a replacement. So somebody was next in line. Y'all know exactly who it was. He was next in line. So he was like on some Judas, like, I'll do what he won't do. And that's what it was. So he was acculturated in this. Like Crip Jesus gave the critical points. His father came, went, got sparked, changed. It's like, okay, this is the new hustle. We're gonna do this hustle. All right, this the deal. You can't deviate from the deal. But once you start seeing things happen, and then you just see, oh, I'm expendable. He got stabbed in the chest in the middle of an afternoon at a book signing in a bookstore. Lady walked up, touched him on his cheek, was like, I just love you, and stabbed him in his chest 3 inches from his heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, so once you start, you go from that, like, oh, I can get touched. They just leave you. They'll leave you. You see what I'm saying? So when he's in prison, after being in prison like hundreds of times, he was locked up. He's in prison. He got a time to reflect, and he's gonna meet with Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X, and then all of a sudden, there's a new tune. He's talking about the poor people revolution. He's talking about reparations. He's talking about taking your money out of the banks and going into black banks and all kind of stuff. They're like, oh no, he got to get up out of here. He was good with all that in the private, but when he made a public speak, his speaking style was enthralling everybody. So when he said, well, I'm opposed to the Vietnam War, at the height of the Vietnam War, where Americans are protesting against the Vietnam War, and he's giving his shout out, basically, like, yeah, this is crazy. They like, oh no, he got to get up out of here. And they put it in the paper. So sometimes in the race, it ain't how you start the race that matters, how you finish. You finish the race as somebody. So when they want to drag them, they go back and do the ill repute type of situation. So he got money for that I Have a Dream speech. This is why to Jesus' point.
Yeah, royalties off that.
Okay, I wasn't gonna do this. Let me hear the number. They gave the big six. They gave him 800,000 up front. They gave the big six 800,000 up front to split up, and promised them 700,000 on the back end if they came through with the speech.
Where y'all getting this information from, though? Where is this from?
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X said this?
Yes, he got a speech about the March on Washington.
Right, and everything else.
He was the op, right?
Everything else.
No, he got the references in there. I could no. When I was reading, that was from Google. When I was reading, that was the other one was from the Atlanta Institution.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, hold on, though. Like,
you didn't get that off the AI, did you?
No, look,
when they want to bury you,
JFK Library.
No,
these are real sources. JFK Library, Wikipedia. These are not just made up stuff. No. Charles C. Ucher, Nobody Turned Me Around, People's History, 1963, March on Washington.
Right, huh? The wolf. You know,
and then the guys who wrote it,
listen.
I get information from I can't get information.
They're anonymous, correct?
On the deer from the wolf. You know what I'm saying? It's like the deer
going. No. Malcolm X didn't say that he didn't write them.
He named I'm telling you that financiers that took the organization from the Big Six to the Big Ten. Those are 4 financiers.
So basically, this is how it goes.
He just named them. He named them like by name. What you talking about? So like he named 4 financiers and where they were from.
With me, you can't just say what you want to say. I got writers. I got people who screen your shit out.
Read them last 4 names.
Read them one more time so we all know.
Read them last 4 names that they called newcomers and what organizations they came from.
Them was the famous ghostwriters. There was who came later.
Sony Music. Just name it.
Walter Reuther, president of the United Automobile Workers. Eugene Carson Blake, former president of the National Council of Churches. Matthew Achman, executive director of the National Catholic Conference for Interracial Justice. Joaquin Prince, president of the American Jewish Congress. Hold on, man. We're about to really get into this now. Hold on.
What?
Yeah, Yahoo. They got Yahoo. The Yahoo is in there. I knew it. Go ahead.
All four of them are like what? Like it ain't not one.
They just turned to the Big Ten.
Now listen, before A. Philip Randolph got there, they had Dorothy Height as the president of the National Council of Negro Women. Why they take her out? They ain't want the women no more. They made her a ghostwriter too. They said, just tell us what you know. We just gonna, we'll give you this much. Just tell us, listen. Once you sign to us, you can't say what you want to say. This Killah Priest, you gotta understand. This is back when brothers called themselves Negro. So for you to sit there and say, we still Negroes, we still Negroes, don't listen to them. Forget what that Muslim is. Oh, they crazy. We Negroes, we ain't black supreme. This is the white man behind him saying, yeah, say it like that again. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. I will not fight back. See, I like it. Say it again. I will not fight back.
50 years ago.
Okay.
Cool. This is only 50.
I like that.
This ain't 1,000 years ago.
You understand? You're not getting your 100 bands. If you try to deviate from the plan, you ain't getting your 100 bands. Don't think you're gonna get up in here and get some slick shit. You go up there talking that Malcolm X shit, you ain't getting $1. You're gonna get a bullet. So before he do the speech, you gotta come to them. Let's go with his version. Let's say it's no ghostwriter. He goes in with the speech and says, this is what I'm gonna say tomorrow. And they edit it up all through there and tell them to replace this part with this part. It's still a ghostwriter, even if it ain't a ghostwriter. He gotta go to them, read the whole speech to them. They gotta edit it, tell them what he can and can't say, and fix a few paragraphs for him, and then all this and that, and be like, okay, start off with this.
You said the dream speech was remixed.
Y'all see?
I'm saying he had the ghostwriter. I'm standing on what I said.
Go watch the March on Washington. Y'all see him pull out the remix speech. Y'all see him pull it out.
I mean, yeah, you see him reading the papers. I don't know why y'all friends like y'all know what's going on.
No. See, it's not like that. It's not like no one is. We're not challenging you guys.
I'm not tripping. If you ain't no big deal. Somebody not be on the side.
You just heard these financiers.
Whatever.
You heard financiers. They ain't got nothing to do with no black people at all. How did they pop up in race relation type of situations at the head?
First of all,
of the civil rights movement. And
first of all, they met at a hotel and called 6 of the top dudes, including the sister. Okay, they had a homosexual, a woman, some regular blacks. They had somebody for everybody that was going to be part of this new minority rainbow coalition. They planned this all out. Okay, and then what they told them was, listen, this is facts. Hold on, this is facts. And I'm gonna tell you why it happened.
Locked in though. You got
and I'm gonna tell you why it happened. I'm gonna go really in now. I'm gonna give you some background so you know I ain't just quoting or reading none of that. I'm gonna give you some background for it. I wasn't even live then, but you can vouch for it.
I'm with it.
Okay. In the 1950s, they had the most riots in black neighborhoods in North America ever. I'm not making that up. I'm not quoting it. I ain't reading nothing. That's just me knowing that. That's just me having grandpa, uncle, listening to them and going to read stuff that they talk about and verify it. The most of them big riots you hear about was in the 50s and 60s. Am I lying? New Jersey, Watts riots, all that, bro. When they had to bring tanks and shit. That's the 50s. So to calm it down, because they was finna destroy this. When I say they, I'm talking about the black population. You want to argue about what we call it black or not? Okay, the people who was called Negro. Y'all happy then? We're going to hit y'all with the truth tonight. They had a group of people up here that was called Negro. I think a lot of us have forgot that. Now we start arguing about the word black. We should be called Negro. That's who black is. The ones who stopped calling themselves Negro. We finally got past that step. Now we're trying to get to the next step. We don't need to keep arguing about which Google, I Googled and said this. Shut up. Okay. We used to be called Negro. So you had a group of people that wasn't called Negro. Some of them were dark and all that. They had their identifications. So they fit under new groups that came after 1865 Civil War. White, Indian, such and such. This, you get what I'm saying? So when they started splitting everybody up, they took a group of people and said, you don't got nothing. I don't even care if you do write your this or that. I'm gonna kill you until your kids write Negro on here. You don't exist. That happened. We can't erase that out of our history. That really happened. And what really happened that nobody wants to admit, and I'm sorry to do your guests like this, there was a guy named Martin Luther King that tried to tell us to stay Negro. It's a fact, bro. It's just a fact. So in the 50s, we was getting tired of this, and dudes were talking about burning it down. Forget what they were talking about. We don't got to argue about philosophy. This was happening. Riots were going on back to back in the black communities all over North America. That's even how our nation started. It wasn't because Father Allah was just so great. He had enough power to control the street niggas to stop them from rioting. So then whites start doing whatever he asked. That's how it happened. Because we were serious about rioting back then. It wasn't no joke. We would burn the city down at the drop of a dime. We wasn't soft like how we is now. How they just go up and kill people, mama and shit. We just say, oh. It wasn't like that back then. We learned that from Martin Luther King. It's a fact. There was nobody back then who saw a kid get murdered or somebody hung or burned and just went back in the house. We still react, bro. So hold on. Let me tell you. Remember when Malcolm X said they told Kennedy, we can't stop the March on Washington because we didn't start it.
That's right.
They was already talking about going down there to burn down DC, the brothers and sisters across America. We can't even imagine that. Our grandparents, not the ones that said, yes, sir, yes, boss, I'm a Negro. Yeah. They was talking about burning down. So what they had to hurry up
people out in the streets, people out in the streets.
So while they had to pay them cash money,
yes,
at the time when the NOI was having big money. Don't forget, Elijah died $22 million strong. So the nation was having big money at this time. It's nothing they don't talk about. They want you to think they was a bunch of dudes with bow ties. They was millionaires at this time, right? The other of us that was on farms and all of that was getting our land took and all that by the KKK. It wasn't that we was just poor or lazy in the South. The KKK was tearing the South up. Okay,
that's true.
So what happens is in the 1950s, when all these riots are just happening, they need somebody to calm us down immediately. So they grabbed the biggest leaders, tell them we're gonna put you on TV. They didn't even dress like that at first. They dressed them up. They taught them how to speak better. How to not saying they wasn't already speaking. They got the top dudes. You feel what I'm saying? And they all that got screened out. None of that just went up freestyle. No, all that got screened out. Every piece of it, from the outfit to the words to everything, security.
So you think that Martin, he was like, he's a part of that.
Part of what?
What you talking about?
He's in the Greek fraternity at college. Everybody a part of that though. The officer, bro, it ain't that deep. There's an officer that's gonna get told. No, because look, if an officer gets told, look, I'm gonna answer your question directly. If I'm on that higher level and I'm planting drugs on you, I'm not telling the officer that I called to go get the drugs from you that I planted it there. I'm giving you a direct answer. I'm saying he's not on the level to know all that was going on. Nah, he ain't sinister like that. He's on the lower level taking orders.
I'm just listening. I've never heard this before, so I'm listening.
Lance ready to order the book.
Now you dropping.
Oh, this is what I'm reading these days, man.
What's that, sir?
The rise. Hold up. The rise of the Jubilee.
Jubilee. That's
Nat Turner.
Nat Turner regarding.
Indeed.
That's
this is my
when Dr. King was killed. What he had on him was the Confessions of Nat Turner. See that? You don't just make this stuff up.
Talk to us about that. Where you get that information from?
Where you get your information from, Sue? Where you get your information?
You said.
Stop playing, man. Stop playing.
I never heard
You doing this the whole time. Talking about where you get that information. Where you get your information?
I never heard nobody just say that they had the logs of Nat Turner. Talk to us about
he didn't say the logs. He didn't say the logs. He said the confession.
I said the
logs.
You might have told us about what I
This is Birmingham. This is Birmingham, Alabama.
5,000 years ago.
I know.
We want to know about what Martin said.
This is 50 years ago. Look at the screen. Look at the screen. Look, 1963, right here. Look at this right here. I'm not about to play the sound, you understand, but I'm gonna just show you. Understand, this is the people you come from. You talking about where I get this information.
He was ready to tear this shit down.
Right.
Okay. And we were still calling ourselves Negro. Something went on
right here.
Something went on between the 60s and the 70s that gets to start saying black, that gets to start giving our kids Swahili names, that gets to start wearing dashikis, to get that is just the law, because it ain't the Constitution. They amended it.
Right.
They changed something.
This isn't the police department. Why is the fire department out here using water hoses on their citizens. Police dogs, tear gas, all of that stuff. Like all these things happening.
Facts. And what they don't show is during that time, the reason why I got to show you some of the footage from the South is because the people who were leaving, that's where we're mainly at. So the people who were leaving, going to these other cities, a lot of them wasn't going for that. That's why the Watts riots kicked off and the Jersey riots kicked off. And they wasn't feeling that. They had different attitudes. They had been raised around the devils, and they had to feel the same cockiness and city slick street mentality. They felt like, all right, you want to fight, we can fight. You want to shoot, we can shoot. We don't care about Jesus and all that. Nigga, we other religions and stuff. We got all type of weird shit we into up here. We in the city. Let's go. You feel what I'm saying? Then you had, I'm just gonna bring it out there since y'all want to go deep tonight. Remember, at this time, the CIA and the mafia were working together on a lot of different things. Remember, they got ran off of Cuba Island together. So when they would send them into all our neighborhoods, way back then, before the 80s crack era, when they got us to do it to ourselves, when they would send the Italian mafia to our neighborhood, this is documented. Who's it documented by, though? Not the regular people, but documented by the NOI. I ain't saying the NOI sat down and wrote books about this, but if you read books where the FBI and CIA were investigating the NOI, they always talk about this. How in the 50s and 60s, there would be neighborhoods where the Italian mafia would come to try to get money about everybody. The NOI wasn't having that. That's why we don't got that to this day. That's why we got gangs, because in all our poor areas, we manage the money ourselves. It used to. So you know what I'm tell you with street dudes? Let me just say it. Street niggas can imagine while they sitting there talking about, I don't care about that Muslim stuff. They used to get taxed by Italians. All them dudes they look up to, Frank Matthews and Frank Lucas, they worked for Italians. The only reason we even able to walk through the streets with guns and doing illegal shit independently, that's the NOI too. They even saved the street niggas. Facts. In the streets, you used to pay a payment to the local Jew or Italian on your block to hustle. You couldn't hustle independently as a black man. You was a Negro. The NOI came with that. They came out there with them bean pies and whatever else they had, it ain't my business. And they whipped some ass, some combat boots and bean pies. Okay. And they made it to once they got, I ain't gonna say once they, I'm not gonna make it like it's all beautiful, like all black people are just perfect. There was a street element still there, but they were kind of like the head of it. Once they got completely disconnected, you see how discombobulated it got, which is purely gang type activity. You know what I mean? But a lot of them Black Panthers, that's kind of where it ended at, because what they don't talk about is that's a cross section there. A lot of black, and then I want y'all to correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I ain't saying y'all old like that, but maybe I got uncles and shit. A lot of Black Panthers was NOI or Muslim,
right? That's
like
where it comes from. That's where the
the
Black Panther Party for Self-Defense comes from. It comes from that.
Yeah, Khalid, Muhammad, all of them dudes. Even Bobby Seale and Huey P. They weren't Muslim or they weren't religious, but they were known worshipers. Like I use the word worship. Yes, worshipers of Malcolm X. They claim they had shrines of him and all that. Like Betty Shabazz said she had to get away from them. They was too like obsessed and ready to shoot people when they around her. Like, don't even look at her wrong. Like they was like, yeah, they loved him some Malcolm. They used to listen to his speeches all day. That's where they get their ideology from and all that. They was basically kind of like living out what he was talking about.
Yeah.
You feel me? All the afro and all of that. That's what he was on. Because you think about a guy, he didn't have an afro. He has natural hair. You see what I'm saying? He still has certain restrictions based on what he was a part of. You know what I'm saying? They really lived out like without not saying anything wrong with the religion, because I think that's what they were missing, kind of the spirituality aspect to them. But they lived out what he was speaking politically, like almost to a T.
And there's thousands of people that never went to no mosque or no temple that just was sparked and was putting in work.
Yeah.
My father come from the Blood Brothers.
Like I said, my father.
My father come from the Blood Brothers. You understand what I'm saying? Like
that's deep.
That's a real thing. So
I was gonna add on to what you said. My father don't come from none of that. My father being Hollywood playing guitars, and he the one made me read Malcolm X. Like even the regular square, not with none of that revolution. Look, hey, word is bond, guy. My dad liked Martin Luther King. It's funny that's what we talk about. He made me read Malcolm X, and he told me at the ending, Yeah, you see, he prayed with the white people at the end, right? That's what he said. You see, he prayed with the white people at the end. He learned the truth, but he still was like, you got to know about Malcolm X. Period. You can't live your life and walk around here, my son, and don't know who this man is and know about him and know. You get what I'm saying? So, like you said, he touched everybody, bro. That's where the line get drawn. I don't care if you go to church, none of that. People respect Malcolm X because he was about what he stood on. And that's what Elijah told him. Remember, he said, how do I teach? He said, be the clean glass. Don't worry about what they think and what they doing. You know?
Peace. So,
yes, sir. So, like I said, he like Tupac, basically. You know what I'm saying? Of the Malcolm X. He like Tupac of the civil rights knowledge.
People. Yeah, when was Malcolm X's birthday? What was his
May 19, 1965.
The actual day? But you trying to see what sign he was? I don't know.
He's a Taurus.
Taurus.
Oh, he's a Taurus? Okay.
Yeah, him and Farrakhan is a couple of days apart.
Wow.
Yeah, they both was Taurus. And Taurus, if you look at a lot of the cult leaders, they Taurus. You know what I'm saying?
He's not a cult leader though. Don't put him in there with cult leaders.
I said cult leader in regards to.
He's talking about his personality type, though.
Yeah,
like he has the power. He has the power to make people follow him.
I'm not saying. Can I say something, please? I'm not saying nothing.
Come on.
But Malcolm X, bro, he fulfilled all of his journey into Islam. He made Hajj to Mecca. He went there and met prominent figures there. They recognized him as such.
Okay.
So hold on. If he was here today, he would be a Sunni Muslim. That's what he would be. He would be a part of that.
He died a Sunni Muslim. What you mean?
A aristocrat.
He died a Sunni Muslim.
All right,
he was
fine.
a Sunni Muslim when he was here on Earth.
That's what I'm.
No, you said you said if he was here, he was a Sunni Muslim. When he was here.
Let's go. Let him go. Let him go.
No, Crip Jesus.
I shouldn't have said nothing.
Go ahead.
Actually, no. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
No.
I don't want to say nothing.
Man, come on, you and your feelings, bro.
Go research Malcolm X's journey, bro.
I ain't got to research it. He was a Sunni Muslim when he was here.
Oh, he's real passionate about this.
He was a Muslim. He wasn't no Sunni.
Hold on.
He did turn Sunni Muslim before he died.
No, he wasn't. No.
People that he met
when he grew his beard.
Fine. I don't care about his beard.
Let me share something with both of y'all.
Character. I'm talking about his character. Before he was murdered, he started the Muslim Mission of America. And I'm trying to tell you, that would have been what we were today now if he wasn't murdered. Because he got down with prominent Islamic clerics from Egypt to Saudi to Yemen. He was going to be a prominent person. They wanted him to teach Islam in the West, the new person to teach it. So, it's cool, but I agree with you, but it's a little bit more deeper because you're not talking about the people from overseas, the Africans and the Palestinians and the Saudians that actually acknowledged him. Mm-hmm. Y'all not talking about that. There's all kinds of information that's out there.
Okay.
Speak about it.
We're not disagreeing with you.
Man, yeah, you talking about some American stuff. That sounds like Joe Biden, bro.
Malcolm X.
That sounds like Joe Biden.
Okay, so hold on, wait. Hold on. I gotta respond. I can't respond.
It sounds like
let me respond first. Real quick.
Black Americans. Let's do it.
Let's keep it in order, though. Let's keep it in order.
How about
this? It's a good bill.
How about this? Set it up, and I'll follow all of you. I'll follow you, Knowledge Born.
You ain't gotta follow me.
I'll follow you.
I've been to Mecca twice in my life, Rasul.
Put something together.
I've been to Mecca twice in my life, Rasul. Twice. I've been to Mecca.
I'll
physically.
It doesn't matter if you've been
you don't gotta follow me for nothing. You ain't gotta follow me for nothing. That don't mean nothing to me. I'm telling you,
they do the Umrah.
The person. One of the men.
That doesn't mean anything. That's nothing.
One of the men who taught me Islam was the guy who taught Malcolm X Islam after he came back from Mecca in 1959.
We're talking about leadership.
Yeah, but
I'm telling you about leadership right now. I'm telling you about leadership right now.
Okay.
The man, one of the men who taught me Islam, taught Malcolm X Islam after he came back from Mecca in 1959. Not the trip that's publicized before the world in 1964. He taught him, and he did Malcolm X's funeral. Hishem Jabba. If you want a source, that's a source.
All right, fine.
So what I'm telling you is, you said talk about this. You said it just mattered a second ago. Now you talking about it don't matter. It does matter.
Really matter because
I'm telling you about the same thing you talking about.
You trying to prove me wrong.
I'm not trying to prove you wrong. I'm not trying to prove you wrong. I'm validating the same thing that you're saying. I'm telling you from out the air. I'm not telling you from no book. I'm telling you what I was taught by one of the people who taught me Islam. That's what I'm telling you in regards to what I'm saying about Malcolm. I talked about the archetype based off of his birthday. There are many people with that kind of archetype that are leaders. I'm not disrespecting this man. Why would I ever disrespect this man? I'm telling you that the things that you get things later. You get things in the 60s. I'm telling you, I heard it from the man who taught him. I heard it from the man who taught him Islam after he made Umrah in 1959. That was the man who taught him privately from 59 until his death. That's the man who came and washed his body and did his janazah. That's where my source is coming from. That man.
I know who you talking about. I'm not. That's what does that mean though?
Well, hold on.
So that's what you just said. You said we're not talking about him in Islam. We're not talking about the prominent leaders in Islam that he was with. I'm telling you what it means. Let me answer your question. You just said, what does it mean? It's an answer to your question. Why are we not mentioning the prominent Islamic leaders that he dealt with?
There's nothing there. Y'all keep talking about
I can name something. I can name something. Okay. He started the OAAU. Let me respond. No, hold on. Let me talk. He started the OAAU when he went to Africa. I'm gonna give you some that you want. He started the OAAU when he went to Africa. If I'm not mistaken, there was other prominent Muslim leaders involved in that, like Jamal Abdul Nasser. Okay, what's that got to do with my daddy making me read the Malcolm X book? That's what you're doing. You're changing it from what I was talking about. I was talking about his inspiration to me.
It's emotion.
My father. I wasn't talking about.
My dad gave.
I wasn't talking about emotion. I'm talking about the autobiography of Malcolm X that I read. Given to me by my father. Now, if you want to talk about the organization he did and all that, how we gonna talk about it if we don't bring him up? We brought him up. You ain't bring him up. You ain't talking about nothing. You didn't bring him up. We brought him up. We brought up the Muslim brother.
I brought it up. I brought it up.
No, I brought him up. I brought up Malcolm X. You give me my credit. I brought them up. I brought up Malcolm X.
No,
listen,
come on, bro.
Let's do this tomorrow.
That's one person you didn't bring up.
Come on tomorrow.
None of you brought up. That's one person none of you brought up from Saudi.
Watch the video back. I brought up Malcolm X.
One Muslim brother that's black that you didn't bring up.
I brought up Malcolm X.
Go ahead. No,
all right, check it out. Tomorrow, let's
bring up Malcolm X.
Let's bring it back tomorrow. Let's do it. Same back time. We'll do it a little earlier. So we'll start like 3:00 tomorrow.
Thanks for the knowledge. Thanks for the knowledge. There's a lot of stuff I didn't know.
We be all this way we be all good. Everybody be straight. Let's bring it back tomorrow. This is the
all good. We're not all bad because I brought up Malcolm X. Nobody care about that.
Oh, we love it.
We got bad love for school. This ain't nothing.
No, I want to end it tonight because I know why.
Why you want to end it?
See?
Why you want to end
it? So.
Hey, Kurt, you got my number. Kurt, call me up.
I call you all the time. You don't answer. You scared. You don't want to talk about Islam with me. You know I eat your ass alive, nigga.
I'm working on Killah Priest.
No, you scared. You scared to debate.
Hey, listen,
you scared to debate. You scared. You running from me.
At 12 o'clock.
Yo.
All right.
Now, boy, you can shut it down.
You give me the bomb.
I hate y'all tomorrow.
All right.
You don't deserve no bomb.
It's
you know I love y'all. You know I love y'all. No, it's not that.
No, call my number. Stop being scared, nigga. Now I'm on live. You call. Call the number.
pain make the black fathers chain smoke. It starts to rain in the park, children playing on the swings. Marvin Gaye standing in his raincoat. Do you see demons in the flames? World made him go crazy till he seen the babies with the wings of an angel. They can't grow, it's painful. First off, rest in peace to Takeoff. His real name Kirshnick, Kyrie Ball. At the same time with Kanye, then Kyrie got involved. Oh wow, Kirshnick, Kyrie, then Kanye. Guess that's the modern day KKK. Ancestors were slaves, now we America's plagues. Be aware and afraid. From Hebrews to Negroes, I heard the sequels fire and brimstone. Cause they put the messiahs on Skid Row. We were the providers that lift stones. We had empires with big thrones. We were never pre-owned, now we unknown. When I write I can see home. Before they put our seeds in the twilight zone. The enemies with the white tone. That gave us BET and EBT. R.I.P. to Nate Dogg and Easy E. Tupac Shakur and B.I.G. Shots for you all. And one more for Shock G. They're on the ships as Anunnakis. When I spit, they transform through my body. They call it the gift of my hands when man first saw astronomy. Call me Gandhi, a godly from Mali. Spread love like I'm on Molly. But I'm as strong as broccoli or broccoli. They call me the Mahdi. The truth is clear as Saki. I'm headed through the spheres. The proof is here. The suits I wear is probably for the star seas. I'm the tsunami. Split to both sides when I part seas like Moses. I wrote this is God disease. Hashtag, when did Kanye start talking like he's Razzcast? Who would've thought it? But we support it. Knowledge drop like a leaky faucet. Take ignorance out like a trash bag. Say to the babies, we in the land where they made a graven lady. The great horde that makes war and takes your safety. Satanists, necromancers. Question God, the devil answers. Alchemists with bars, a metal handler. I sit on a throne with heavy antlers. The golden deer, the chosen steer. It's more than rap in the booth, I'm a channeler. I sense rejection, isolation, and fear. And abandonment, I planted hit. Candles lit for a year. Save the babies. Stress, loss of control. Death, this is Hades. Bodies going up the pole. They feel lost in the need to belonging. I see the performance. Let's save our seeds till the morning. And place our greed in the coffin. You can actually see what I'm talking. I got the tolerance of Solomon. On my throne of knowledge in the outer realms. I see it like a film or a hologram. I see our babies going crazy. Infants codependent. With no opinions that's so offensive. No one to help them or show them business. So they are codependent in his prisons. But with the math, I'm the master of the solar system. I came in to craft to expose religion. But I'm good friends and good faith with the Jehovah Witness. And so with Christians. In Islam, I sit calm as I deal with the outer limits. I switch palms, I'm the old magician. Sleight of hand when I'm writing jams. My style is hitting algorithms. Balance wisdom, the salads heal them. Trauma from the mama, drama. I had rhymes ready to carry the summer. But I was never ready for the news. I had to bury my mother. I told my Aunt Cassie and Aunt Carrie I love her. Don't worry, no suffer. Fish and curry for supper. She's my Mary as I sit with the brothers. Maybe my last meal, Judas, came as a covert. Narcissist, arguments, over if I had a deal. Bag of pills, 50 pieces of silver, I grab a steel. It's getting real, this giving chills. I written this will, understanding anxiety through a child's eye. Grew up on the wild side, expecting a storm, mad clouds in the sky. Save the children, obey the healing. They played victim, became the villain. God favors Abel's offering because the jealousy came with killing. In the 60s, we were proud of blackness. None of black queens were child or captive. Churches Alice to practice. Our attitudes are maladaptive. Our children play in the day, but at night the owls are active. Police proud with the captain. Big brother watches through clouds for our taxes. We stand on mounds looking up, but can't see them like the meerkats. And fear that they looking down on our actions. Post-traumatic stress disorders. The IRS at our door cuz they took the law from us. They plan to build a superhighway to try to escape and get arrested at the borders. Grandmothers pray, making a mess at the altar. It's like the old days, hair braids, like the chicken necks, make an offer. Pray till it rains, up a hurricane over Mississippi till the whole South flood with waters. We personalize, we hurt inside. We never arrived, we first tried. 432 Hertz vibes. He must be doing the devil's work. This is Mr. Universe live. West is Yam, the East is Codeine, teaming in South. Let me even this out. They came from the North, which is smoke, painted on skulls. The land of Canaan of old, trading and enslaving the gold. Required by force, wanted resources and tribes on a horse. Uninhabited plots, that's why the unexplained gathered in crops. The whole universe is inside of an astronaut. They say Killah Priest sounds like when Prince first worked with Sheila E. When Michael Jackson first put on his glove. When the first disco balls lit up a club. When Bob Marley lit up his bud. Or Hear the Key by Stevie Wonder. Or Hear My CD Mother. Save the babies. I know my sacred rights when I write. Who am I to judge? I'm in my pen tonight. I got booked in the pages with blue bars in. I started doing the sentence and finished at the margin. My mind tried to escape, but I'm the correctional garden. Max in the mental state, full of gems while I'm jogging. Using words and terms till I serve my turn. On my brain cells form into a bell's bond. Recording while I'm self-rewarding. Like I spit 3 autumns. When I release a masterpiece, just talking. That's how I get when I'm zoning. Just flowing. I make the listener a prisoner of the moment. And dialogue, dialogue, and dialogue, dialogue, and dialogue, dialogue, and dialogue, dialogue. To create new knowledge, the old face was abolished, reshaped and polished. Graduate from college, move to different states. The same people that hate make the dollar. Leonardo da Vinci envy. Cathedral cardinals were busy throughout the cities of Italy. The evil part of the history and mystery. Replaced the people darker than pygmy. Eventually, Michelangelo and Bible radicals had it go by the Pope from that century to cover art immensely, intentionally. To dark ages from archaic, from rock paintings who started language, charts and data, tribal marks invaders. Before titles and parts of Asia, the heart was nature. Africa was far ancient. Older periods, stars Sirius over pyramids, walls with cobra images, rituals were open the mouths of mummies, or biblical, how to rip a crowd for money, identical beneath the clouds of countries, subliminal, one wears the crown is chubby, while we hungry, they ugly and frowned upon me, look down on us but count on us and our growling tummies, arrest the devil, read him his rights, Edomites, in the courts of the cross, the Lord's jury seated Christ, and the 2 witnesses since Genesis, bringing the devil as God prisoner, the job for the minister, persecute him, then drag him to the chair to execute him. He tries to bribe you, stone him with Bibles. Give thanks to the Lord for he is good. A million saints with their swords to the devil's hood. Metal hooves, stand in heaven where I never stood. Only in hell, music and spells, magic only several could. Before religions, oral traditions, total transitions, Dogons, Egyptians. Both arms are risen, the boat gone and drifting. The throw on depiction, there's more on subscriptions. Snowstorms on Christians, black magic and sorcery, mathematics, bad habits, horrors that I see. And dialogue, dialogue, and dialogue, and dialogue, giving honor and all glory, thankful and painful during long sufferings, calm when storms hovering, protected by my guardian angels. The lower and the upper wings are covering, for soul restructuring. I'm like Job recovering, loosen all the knots and the cluttering till I'm filled with coloring. My life's a book with crayons or spray on. Our legs and arms are bronze from the Amazon. Lost tribes in Babylon. North skies we sung a song. Sweet chariots, then we carried on. Came from the nebula as settlers. We came here to plant grain, then explain the weather. The 10 spirits of the Sephirites, their attributes and appearance. 10, this is the beginning. The hot ones like the chakra transcendent. Our demeanors in Vina, in its likeness in its image. The nexus dot like my eye. The astronaut on the ziggurat. Comet rocks past the equinox. Cast it on my headdress. The space cadet, that's the message. Then Gavura like Suma. Then Teferi, then the tea beverage. Connect with comedics, genetics and deep merits. Next up is next suck. After is hold in your soul. The Malkut, the Tau book. Weed is Nubian, brown kush. Take away the image you saw. Now look. Jacob's vengeance on Esau, his crown took. Before the Platos and the Aristotles. In days of old, those were pharaoh novels. And dialogue, and dialogue, dialogue, and dialogue, dialogue, and dialogue, and dialogue, dialogue.
Come with actions from a practice, every tree is going dialogue. Become paper for my reasoning and dialogue. Rhythmic, big applause to the lion god. Ground and shakes mountains, break the sounds, can make the giants nod. Mayan god, zodiac clocks made of compliant cogs. Move barbarians, medicines from a psychic rock. Hallucination, equations lost in vagina bar. They all bow when I walk into the highest lodge. Climbed out the pupil in the all-seeing iris rods. Vivid third eye massage. Flying pigs high up the hog. While they hoarding, I'm bored of the next astral plane. The wheel turns, but I never seen its axis change. The same script, just the actors in the apple frame. While we giving different roles, written just to act the same. And clearly few can match this flame. Who could reenact the same? That's a shame. Planets rotating as the math explains. Shed my skin, left a million bodies on the path I came. Killed my former selves and got away, but look what that became. Vast terrain, sky releases science when I ask for rain. Master brain, if you don't have a name, you don't haven't aimed. In and out this world so many times, still I haven't came. I can see the next me, seen through galactic frames. 7 keys, fed degrees, demons on our path get slain. Royal priesthood, our reputation got them scared to death. Devils caught wind of us approaching, they give up their breath. Treasure keep a century, either season with time spice. I ate a clock and defecated minutes from my hindsight. I took the 7 vows and went from infinite to finite. He's in the days, but he only entered it to finite. Looking at my chest, now she got interest in the finite. Talisman, tortoise man, the ignorant divine height and body. All the Gnostics knew their wisdom's a divine right. Profound magic of a master at the round tablet. Heaven's real meal, not immortal from the ground addict. Holy evidence, open portals in my crown addict. Special spectators took the spirit world around back. And why knows like why know is ignorance bliss. But it's all mirage, vanished with one flick of my wrist. Took a picture of my watch like it didn't exist. Photo of my photons from the mystic abyss. Serpents with a hawk face, circus in my thoughts race. Knew my Pegasus would be the quickest at the horse race. Spearhead the mirror fed me visions of the Lord's face. Arab in the abracadabra, hot rockadabra. Zigzag, Zodiac, killer, the next massacre.
We are giving you these scriptures on our authority and by the authority of the prophets and the apostles who came to open everybody's eyes to the fact that you are too manifestations of the divine. This discovery is the gospel, that is the good news, with the eternal energy of the universe and the love that moves the sun and other stars.
When KP is silent, he's still powerful, like a pharaoh in knowledge. Y'all think about it, when y'all done, I'll be over to the next one. Giving your mind and your ears direction. What you hear is perfection. When you disturb the Egyptian kings, death comes swift on wings. Either kiss the ring or get bit and sting, or it's dimethyltryptamine. That mean you die while you trip off of beings. No human beings, what you seeing. Only me in a huge coliseum, with slaves following me to their freedom, with trumpets and swords, and we're taking out the kingdom. When I rap, I'm Lord, and this is my Eden. I'm writing my laws for the snakes and treason. Chariots out the floor that I'm placing my feet in. Horses pull my microphone cord, I take a seat then. We thrust through my bedroom door straight into deep winds. The crown of love, eternal light, glory, seat of the throne. I receive microphones, surely thine will shall be done, because there's nothing new under the sun. The crown of love, eternal light, glory, seat of the throne. I receive microphones, surely thine will shall be done, because there's nothing new under the sun. I wrote on steles and pillars of master killer and jizza, and saw my own reflection crash into mirrors. The healer, shout out the RZA, the cure. My rhymes could be mistaken as cocaine lines so pure. I should've wrote this on aluminum foil, light a torch beneath it, to the room is fumed with the royal, like Upper Egypt. Back in the days we used to fight if you scuffed a sneaker. Your name ring bells to the school if you snuffed a teacher. I used to rhyme off a boombox with a busted speaker, back when Biggie and Tupac was just a feature. I started rhyming like I couldn't be touched by neither. I was only a child like King Tut, but deeper. While y'all poses on Instagram, I put roses in the pentagram, scent in my nose when I kill a ram. I'm son of man, rappers think they goats but they still a lamb, so I use it for a coat and to warm my hands. The crown of love, eternal light, glory, seat of the throne. I receive microphones, surely thine will shall be done, because there's nothing new under the sun. The crown of love, eternal light, glory, seat of the throne. I receive microphones, surely thine will shall be done, because there's nothing new under the sun.
Meet the great eyes, Moses like a rocket cane, then turn into a serpent in my top reign. I'm certain that I'm not sane. The end is near. Engineer service in the clock train. Glock range, Doctor Strange, lend your ears, hemispheres. Hammers from the top crane while handling the rock cane. Ran before the cops came. This manual was not named. Now they call me Rock Kane, the cool Jesus rapper. Half a brigand and half a militant. He's the master. Read the chapter even after I can hear the demons' laughter. From A to Z, I found these letters between, written by Allah's hands. Every step is supreme. Flew across the hot sands, turning breath into steam. Make nimbus clouds by dining on electric cuisine. In the center of it all, but still never be seen. The memoirs of Superman who flew ahead of his dreams. Clan of the 10 planet spheres under one roof with me. Combine them all. Made a W like there's two of me. You guys, you gotta feel it like your moon degree But who would see the breeze who stole heavy? Mental riding on the ferry. My flow across the wave valley like riding on a jet ski. Turn to heavy, getting to heavy like the science has possessed me. Spirit in the body, use the hours to arrest me. Calls from the astral plane, need a psychic to connect me. I gotta hand it to him, knowing lightning couldn't catch me. Run me the procedures, sweet as honey Indonesia. Staying on my D-Nars like money in Tunisia. While they studying how Nas ticks, I was with the Gnostics. Until I started rapping like I couldn't be touched by ether. From 5%ers in intelligent hoods to God MCs, I was God, they was never this good. Heard the silence swept the room like a ghost when it's calm. And said you took their breath away, how they supposed to respond?
The crown of love, eternal light, glory, seat of the throne. I receive microphone, surely thine will shall be done. Because there's nothing new under the sun. The crown of love, eternal light, glory, seat of the throne. I receive microphone, surely thine will shall be done. Because there's nothing new under the sun.
Since inspiration always comes through a human vehicle, whatever truths I might utter to you will be distorted. My voice will be distorted, and you might mistake the meaning of what I said. Now, so therefore, everybody who receives divine inspiration, sometimes it comes from and you can take that or leave it.
My fingers slipped from Solomon's grip. I was swallowed into a bottomless pit, going down through the rocks from a cliff. Though the darkness wasn't the worst of it, as the curses eclipsed, I saw spots in the Gothic were lit, going down the throat of black smoke, into a moat that covered my face and my back like a coat. I'm in its bowels with owls, and men that wrapped their head with towels, and spoke the Talmud, the owl school loud too. I'm in his guts, I see skeletal forms in his tusk. The winds are rough, a gust bakes me up. My view is now in the spiral, confused as I go up in the cycle. Circular, 6 dimensions, my body light up. I'm a Merkaba, positive, negative in my messages. I thought the worst occurred. Soon as I lay the verse in the beat, it becomes a 12-person word. I raise it from the beast's digestive system. I resurrect with wisdom. When I connect with rhythm, I see Solomon hands appearing closer as I reach, coming from debris with composure. Behind me, looks like debris from explosives on planets that nova. That's when I got the grip, he pulled me over. As he pulled, he slipped, my hand still in his grip. He tumbled to the edge of the canyon, his body dipped. I said, I got you, hold on. We both pulling so strong. Then he tapped me on the back of my shoulder, asked me what's wrong, asked me why I'm leaning over the canyon. I look again, I'm holding on my other hand like a companion. I said, wait, something not right. It went left, let's get this straight. As he curved the conversation, it could drive you to a place. I backed up shop, bouncing in my mind. A lie sends you mistakes. Food for thought, read it on the plate. Since Adam, Eve, and the snake, evil deeds inflated like a cake. Superstition, religion became a business. Truth is fiction, changed from old, new editions. Youth offenders, new to prisons. Sign up to the system, line up, choose a witness. We lose due to fitness, we chew with a vengeance. No clues for the sickness, cold flu so suspicious. Mom brew hibiscus, a song that she knew, a stew or twisted citrus. Esau's the author of my free fall of torture. Evils and horror, eagles guard the waters. Energy has a secret, cerebral's getting stronger. My mummified hands try to grab me, the son of I am. Jagged stones streaming past me. Abraxas reading Simha Paroma. Galaxy above my head, holding my diploma. Graduated, not encapsulated, a lot infatuated with my greatness. Most of y'all favorites, I keep it basic.
Aroma, see with Rebus and Braxis. The words slow motion falling downside up. I read it backwards. The sea becomes a skyfish freeze, turning to blackbirds. Trouble is afoot with no ledge like Bishop's last words. Free falling until he crashed. Now they yelling free falling at an ankle. Need the cash, need the dough. See below, secret wisdom in the class nerd. We spill the juice crucible. Visions of the past stirred. Alice's paralysis. I run Atlantic fast and blur from fire. Bucket phallus niggas cured. Now that occurred. Reflections coming back and who was fishing for a glass turd. Seeing through the shift is so different, it was absurd. Trust my gut feeling as I'm hearing what my abs heard. The band was playing spinal chords, in with a crab sub. Glasses full of passwords, wasn't in use tools. Has been plan on coming up to get new views. Falling out the sky while I discovered the blues clues. colors and blue hues, by touching the new views that shot the breeze with prophecy for scuffing his new shoes. It's magic how they all became ducks when his views blue. It's hypnostic like a cup full of blue booze. They're hiding bars inside my bars, I drunk up they boo-hoos. The exes quickly ghosted them, bolted like loose screws. Got mad and shot each other like a couple of news crews. Last memory, you didn't get the password. I'm stuck in the who's who. Good luck on the YouTube. Gemini that got them both in trouble like you two. Went from the esophagus sent to the Moroccan trust. Hippos with colossal tusk told me what it's all about. The sunken place, me, myself, and ISIS had it falling out. Black Panther said the Jaguar's right. Why they hear the child asking me if had all bites. Watch as I develop. Hands in time lost their grip on watches I that fell up. Watching as the kings collapse. Eternal voice in life is a bitch with no wings attached. He died before he let a bungee jump with no strings attached. Rings I snatched, fire from the gods in a thinking match. The universe threw me ideas I didn't think to catch. The tallest towers turned into dust. The fiends think it's cracked. The bricks become cities in the sky. I brought the kingdom back, designed a new treaty with the devil with a handshake. Flip the planet right side up like it's a pancake. Children rise from underground holes, receive the mandrake. Control me falling up in slow motion as I steer the crowd toward the sun manifest. Standing on the cirrus cloud, praising stride of Jesus. They was calling, I could hear it loud. I won't falter, nah, I won't falter. Scripted in the tomb, read the message in the water. The stars you thought were rising up, but dying what? Old time I thought that I was falling, really I was flying up. Everybody screwing each other to get the tightest nut. T-I-T-A-N, y'all better tighten up and move this jangle piece that was held in this week. So society collapsed on itself in the week. Revealed the secrets that were burned on the selfish elite. Allegations shook the planet till they fell from their seats. Caused an earthquake, the Killah Priest felt them released as he slipped into the darkness to the essence of the beast and turned it into beauty. Child of destiny, police now. Worry took his piece out the game, none caught the fall guy. Started to fall apart just like a Libra telling tall lies. Never fell for it, so the answers in this small lies. The camera said it's all lies. Candles, they was all high, but as the felons fell in the trap, the righteous all fly. For every God deed I gained a feather to adorn my wings. The beat was kicking, arms flying. When I talk I swing, punchlines, spit the chemtrails. And when I got to the bottom of the seasons, took it even out and outstalked the spring.
Kiss the ring, kiss the ring. I'll spare the night.
Born natives in the flesh with the hidden wings. I'm talking angles that connect, it's a different thing. We royal priesthood, we the wizard kings.
The most anticipated.
Kiss the ring.
Scream the name out for the breeze. Supreme, all real, kiss the ring.
We the royal priesthood, we the wizard kings.
Smack them seas, watch them scream your majesty.
She's not a raven, not a dove, and not a pelican. The immortalized phoenix, universal element. The throne holder with the flow that's most eloquent. Bringing the rebellion, the mothership propelling it. I'm nicer than they ever fathom every time I'm doing this. My energy is like slicing an atom to its nucleus. Interstellar, surpassed astronomical. That's why my aura got a sparkle like a diamond do. Soaring through the sky, but I was born underground. Blood on the temple from the thorns in the crown. The seventh seal will open when the horn makes a sound. No time to mourn, you was born not to stick around. So start reflecting and atoning. I recollect the sectors I was known in, even long before the Greco-Roman. Time to bow and kiss the ring, you will respect the chosen. I won the battle before I select my next opponent. 6 million ways to die, they lied to the masses, but they never taught you how to rise about the ashes. My intuition say we trapped inside a simulation, so I'm here to bring demolition to imitations. I dispelled the pressure when I held the scepter, the luminescent, iridescent solar cell receptor. I rebelled and I refused to sell the elder treasure. Time to unify, rebel against the hell forever. Every word in the verse, you know it is Phoenix. Give the people rebirth like I'm growing a fetus. Say the truth with my chest like showing my cleavage. The mothership kiss the ring, cause we the ring leaders.
Multitasking through the multiverse, immersed in the energy that broke the curse. In a thirst for higher works, dispersed out your speaker box like Peter Tosh. Days balance equal vernal equinox, high voltage, frequent shocks, outward charged particles. Flares bring more color than carnivals, editorials, rhymes and written articles. Alkaline, my arsenal, I'm Canis Major, others are marginal. Fez, brilliant red like a cardinal. Flourishing with other Moorish kings, kiss the rings, mystic streams, beyond intellect, holistic beings, ecclesiastic ecclesiastic, legendary like Atlantis, reminded of divine protection, seeing the praying mantis. King Sharif on my throne, caliphate in the east, my influence increased from Greece to Mozambique. Crown jewel, laying new ground rules, evil car raid, my mind sparred in renowned schools, no parlay, gracious, build an oasis, spacious, greatness, entire priesthood, traveling spaceships, connect with lawmakers, Mahatmas, scholarly, those who know the truth about the Barbary, God's professor, private sector, peep the architecture, Tartarian, so on the microphone, a barbarian, Islam, Al Day and Bay, if we Voltron clans, we'll run circles round Satan like the Photon band.
Jack fell down, broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. The black and brown came from the ground and filled the sun of the magma. A rap profound as a lounge so nail in front of your master. From merry-go-rounds to burial grounds, I killed every one of you rappers. With my skills I can heal, but my tongue is disaster. The eighth seal is revealed in none of the chapters. Burn them on cheap wood, it's royal priesthood. There's cavities and casualties wherever we stood. When I black out and see the bats route, I say things that make the cats crouch. Wings from my back sprout, serpents coil, anoint the head with virgin oil, drip with olives. We sit in garments and spit astrology. Regardless, we goddess and goddesses, and thick as the dip with the garlic. But hard as the chip, that's smart, that's trick knowledge. Nah, we kick knowledge while eating salad in a big palace. The roof open and the sky show a rich harvest. The Bitterman man, the black who a thick target.
Hey, yo, musically I'm married to the group that's a wedding band. Cycle Jordan rings like Thanos with the heavy hand. The ringleader, the electric lamb. I'm staring at the rings like a breast exam. I'm peering up the next psychoactive drug ring. Spirals in the dust ring. I made a campfire with the circle around the sun spring. I see rings in the flowers when the blossoms bloom. Like the onion rings out of supersonic boom. That's two holes in the middle of the VM. I seen rings in the middle of the tree limbs. Clothed in the gospel, the noble, apostle. I'm moving more circles than the O's in Morocco. My blow made the rocks blow. Killing sex traffickers, my flow freed the kids in the ring. From death massacre, priesthood, vampire hunters, arrest Dracula. Earth stage, I rock, never left in the ground but smoke till I'm so high up that heaven is down. 12 angels quickly circle me wherever I'm found. Morris headband leader, that's a heraldry crown. Like no sort of omens, bodies lammed in the floor. Purple rings of cerebellum, see who answers the door. As I quickly throws, they bang the snow rings like the sound of sleeping, playing ring toss with my chakras over mountain peaks. Now to the owl chief, ornaments around the reef, alkali, riding on the decibels around the streets. Brainstormers gather the star charters as every knee bends, kiss the rings of his odd father. The Don Zada, in a sense, like the Knock Chomper, knowledge chomper, Kaharaja, squash him like a Kalabasa, Kali Lama, Dalai Lama lamp, Muhammad Ali Baba, uncontrolled voters. They all bowed down when we stood. Big flag, zigzag, zodiac, killer priesthood. Killer priesthood.
Scream the name out, royal priest. Leave the blood spilling in the street. King, supreme, all kneel, kiss the ring. Scream the name out, royal priest. Leave the blood spilling in the street. King, supreme, all kneel, kiss the ring.